Red Nation, are we here?
The best show for Chicago sports.
Yeah.
Hey, yay.
What's going on? Hey, yo. What's cracking? We here? What is good, everybody? It is your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again, joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Stefan the Don in the building. Brought him in before he could start doing the whole light skin lip smack.
Was good.
Hey, on today's show, we're going to be breaking down if the Bulls view Patrick Williams as an untradeable piece. We're also going to talk about somebody that the Bulls might be overlooking, or maybe we as Bulls fans are overlooking, getting into all that more. And Aaron Rodgers says that he will retire with the Packers. How do you feel about that, Bears fans? We got all that and more coming up on today's show. The date today is Wednesday, June 8th. And we ready to get this thing cracking. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Let's go. Yeah. It's the only thing Lil Uzi Vert contributed to my life. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Live. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure that you guys
push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. We appreciate all the love. Shout out to the chat already. We got Brandon Peck in here. We got Shay in the chat as well already, man. I think I seen some people on the other side that might have.
What's good?
We got Jay in the chat. We got Vale in the chat. What's good, man? Appreciate you for tuning in, brother. Me and Vale go way back, man. Me and Vale was on the drum line together, brother. Y'all just don't know. I still got the sticks, actually. Don't play with me.
Hey, little Devin and
we was well, kind of. Well, we was both on the base. We was both on the base. He would get on the toms a little bit. Yeah, you know what I mean? We was both bass drummers. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I could throw that thing. I was first base for a little while. Don't play with it, boy. I don't know about throwing them ripples.
We can a P3 challenge a P1.
What y'all know about that, man? What y'all know about that? Throwing them ripples out here, man. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in and rocking with us for another episode. We got a lot to get to today, man. We got a lot to get to. I hit the wrong subscribe button. I got to update that, by the way, as well, man, because we're getting close to another jersey giveaway. We got Shay. Shay, did you get your jersey? Okay, he just said, by the way, the jersey came last night. He really likes the jersey. Shay got the jersey. So we got a whole we got another one that we got to get ready to give away when we get to 14,000. We're going to start doing some trivia on that as well. We got to figure out a different way to do it, though, because we might end up because the show won't be live as much, but we might just add call in to the Friday show. Yeah, I'm saying so that we can get you guys qualified for that jersey, because they got a nice one here, bro. Have I shown them? Have I shown the next jersey? I don't even know if I have. Hold on. Worry about that. This the next one. Yeah, I mean, nice little. Ooh, who's that number 8? Oh, nice little My City Zach LaVine jersey. We're gonna be giving that away at $15K. $15K, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to y'all for tuning in and rocking with your boy, showing that
love. Hey, now see, I'm conflicted though, cause like it's out there. If he don't come back,
that's tough. Because Zach gave us some great years. Even if Zach don't come back, Zach gave us.
Hey, I'm gonna still rock the jersey, but
he's still a great jersey to have. Don't worry about it, man. Hey, let's get to the question at hand, though, because we've heard a lot of talk about a lot of different players around the league that the Bulls could go after. Mostly big men, though, right? We've talked mostly about the Bulls going out and get big men. Rudy Gobert, we've talked about Mitchell Robinson. We've talked about, guys like that. But in most of those trades, Patrick Williams hasn't been included. Now, with this latest article that has come out, we've seen Patrick Williams finally be included in a trade talk for Rudy Gobert. And instantly, Bulls fans pulled back. Nope, we're not getting rid of P. Will. There's no option to get rid of P. Will. You know what I'm saying? But here's the question. Not do we view P. Will as untradeable. Do the Chicago Bulls view P. Will as untradeable? Do you feel like the Bulls view him as untradeable? And if they don't, what's gonna be the price for him? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I do feel like the Bulls view him as untradeable. And I think the Bulls hold him because of how people around the league hold him in regard. I think the Bulls look at Patrick Williams as a guy who is you're asking for similar to what the Lakers were asking for a Talon Horton Tucker. Like they were like, we're getting an all-star caliber player back. And I was like, but you're not sending an all-star caliber player yet. Like he might be, but there's still some question marks there. What do you think, Ringo?
I think that AK does view him as an untradeable piece. I mean, when the Jeremy Grant talk came up earlier in the season, he had a chance to pull the trigger, and AK didn't. And look, I think that I think that Utah and the Bulls can possibly still get a deal done. Still get a deal done without a P. Will. If I'm honestly looking at it, I just think that they look at his ceiling, and honestly, it's exactly what you said. Like the way that the players, look at him around the league. I mean, like you've heard LeBron has said it. The comparisons to Kawhi. Like everybody's he's gone up against. Like, hey, the Bulls got something right here. I wouldn't totally try to move off of this as of yet. And I think that you've seen that in the performances that he had at the end of the season, especially that Timberwolves game where we were just sitting there and it was like, yo, like he's like, I don't know who bag he stole or like what P. Will this is, but like if we can get this on a nightly basis from P. Will, then like the Bulls are living right. So I mean he's basically showing you everything. Since he's come off an injury, he's been a lot more aggressive, looking for a shot. He's been with DeMar. I'm just looking at it like I view him as an untradeable piece, and the Bulls will be, I would say, dumb to move off of him because of the future is honestly Io and P. Real right now. If you add Rudy Gobert to that, I think that the ceiling for this team is, like it's astronomical.
I'm intrigued by it because when you look at P. Will, right? Like P. Will has shown us flashes, but we've had 3 players over the last 4 years, 5 years show us flashes, right? You look at Lowry, Kobe, Wendell Carter. They've shown us flashes. Now I think P. Will has shown us more consistency on the defensive end, but when you look at what makes a guy untradeable, to me, it's his value around the league. Now, listen, right? Like everybody's tradable when it comes to like certain names. If we're talking about, KD says he wants to be in Chicago,
Hey,
he will. Hey, he will. I love you, brother. I hate to see you go.
Look. You've been nice. But that's KD.
That's KD over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very different situation. But the players that we're talking about, right? These are the lower level players around the NBA. Not lower level, I shouldn't say that, but the low level stars, right? Like Rudy Gobert is a star player in the NBA, but he's not a superstar. He's not a top of the NBA star. He's a defensive player of the year candidate every year. And that's who we heard him being rumored with. The other trades we've heard being rumored around him, Jeremy Grant, a player that probably can be a star level player if he was on any team but Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a player that people rumored P. Will for. Maybe you're able to finesse a deal for a Pascal Siakam or something like that. But right, like you're looking at players that one, you hope P. Will becomes. But there's that similar level. There's that similar level of, hey, this is this level of player that we're offering for P. Will. And meanwhile, the Bulls feel like P. Will brings more value than that. And I think that the Bulls absolutely feel like P. Will brings more value than that and will bring more value in the long run. And that begs the question on where the Bulls really feel like they are in this process.
Like I mean, I liken it to like if you think about it, cause I was thinking about this, and I'm looking at it like I feel like P. Will. Well, not even that. I feel like P. Will and Herb Jones from the Pelicans, like that, like they're in the same spot. Like they're legitimately in the same spot. They've legitimately shown you flashes, both defensive clamps, and like, hey, if Zach stays, Bulls got something. If Zion stays, Pelicans got something because they just got CJ. So you want to see what that nucleus does.
Yeah.
But they also know like, hey, if we keep these pieces, and then we got a Zion, Brandon Ingram, CJ's getting a little older, we move him out. But then we got a Zion, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones connection. What could that possibly do?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it from that sense as well. And I don't think like you guys said it yesterday. Like the more potential that they have on this team, the better, because these guys are going to get older. Like Zach is gonna get older. Like Demar's already kind of getting up there. Vooch is already up there as we speak. If Ayo and Pete Will come to fruition, and then you add a Rudy Gobert, that's the next nucleus. Like these are pluses. I'm not going to get rid of somebody and like hustle backwards just to, just to quote unquote get better in the short term, when like the long term run is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I think, right? Like, you want to be competitive now. That's why DeMar DeRozan is here. That's why Nikola Vucevic is here. You want to win as much as you can now. You want to win a championship as quickly as you can. But you do have to ask yourself the question. You do have to try and figure out where do you draw the line on the future pieces? Because, yeah, you can win a lot of games now with a Zion Williams, or with Zion Williams. And now you got me talking about Zion. With a DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, but can you win a championship? You can win a lot of games. That's where it comes in. You're trying to find pieces that make you a championship level team, and you're trying to find pieces that keep you winning longer for a long time. You want to do what the Spurs' plan was, what it looks like the Golden State Warriors are doing. You don't want to be a team that all of a sudden, right, like you've got to fall off the face of the earth and try to tank, which absolutely does not work. To get you back into contention, we have to find that number one piece to get us back into contention. It doesn't work. Yeah, I'm saying you want to be as competitive as you can and find. I love how the Miami Heat did it. The Miami Heat didn't tank. The Miami Heat literally lost Dwayne Wade. Had who was your boy, the point guard that was there? Dang, what was his name? He was making all the shots.
Dragic.
Nope. Before Dragic, black dude.
Mario Chalmers?
After Chalmers. That was a funny time though when Mario Chalmers said, "I got y'all." Get him out of here. Dang, it was like 2 years.
Norris Cole?
Not Norris Cole. No, this is after the championships. He was there for like 2 years, and all he did, Dion Waiters.
Yeah.
Y'all wasn't trying to lose games. Y'all was still making the playoffs.
I know. Yeah, no. That's when I remember that because that's when I got D Wade and we missed the playoffs that year by like a half game or something. Cause y'all just beat us out.
Yeah,
that's when y'all Justice Winslow.
But y'all were trying to win, and guess what
Yeah.
you did on top of that? Then all of a sudden you're like, no, hold on, we still got this team. We trying to win, but we want to reshape this team. We want to go out and get this piece. That's how you win. You don't just fall off the face of the earth, and I feel like that's where a lot of these teams think that uh uh um it's the way to go now, and it literally doesn't work. I keep saying this. The process hasn't worked. The process got them competitive again. You lost all this time just to be competitive. You haven't sniffed an NBA Finals.
Bro, they missed like what? It's been how long since because it started when well
Have they?
no,
They have.
it started when they got Okafor. So when was Okafor drafted?
That's a fact. It did start when they got Okafor, didn't it?
Nah,
Oh.
it started when they got
Who was first, Okafor or MCW?
wasn't Michael Carter what?
Michael Carter Williams might have been first, but you had MCW. Um,
Okay, so yeah, it started in 2015.
bro, we're in
So
2022.
so you essentially missed 7 years.
The process got you competitive.
Like
MCW and Okafor. The process got you competitive. That's what it did. Trust the process. The process got you competitive. You haven't sniffed an NBA Finals. You've been through 2 coaches. You've been through 2 front offices. You've been through 2 teams. Because remember, it was MCW and Jahlil Okafor. And then
got rid of those 2.
And then you got rid of them. Then you got Ben Simmons and actually
Markelle Fultz.
3 teams. Then you got Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, and Joel Embiid. And then you got rid of Markelle Fultz and Joel Embiid. And now you just got Joel Embiid and James Harden. The process don't work. Tanking don't work. This is why you want to keep young pieces around. I don't believe that Patrick Williams is all of a sudden this untradeable piece that's going to be godly, but I do think that there's a short-term plan and a long-term plan. Unfortunately for Bulls fans, short-term plan might not include, Nerlens Noel, that's a fact.
Oh yeah, and Nerlens Noel too.
Noel. The short-term plan might not include winning a championship just in this window where DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic are here. That's probably why they view him as untradeable.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and then another thing I would say, I mean, it goes to Pat's point. I mean, if you look at the way, because I've seen Baki's comment, like, I'm not saying that the Bulls should be the Lakers, but at the same time, it's like, dog, if you look at the way the Warriors are set up, even when like Steph and Clay, you know, won't be like doing what they're normally doing right now. Moses Moody, Kaminga, Jordan Poole, James Wiseman, if he finally decides when he finally gets healthy. Those is 4 pieces right there where it's like you have something in place where like I can keep these dudes around, but these are now gonna be like the the next set of dudes that we bring in, and we still got the Clays and the Stephs to like at least show them like, yo, this is how we carry on about getting championships, and it's actually good that they're doing this now because later on when they do this, Jordan Poole had that championship experience. Like, hey, nah, Steph, yo, like, hey, chill out on this. I got this, and so on and so forth. So that's basically what Pat, me, and PK was alluding to, and it's like, yo, you don't want to keep getting rid of developmental pieces because I seen a Pascal Siakam. Okay, he had a couple of 40-point games in the playoffs. That's nice.
Well, it's an interesting situation, right? Because I feel like people look at situations like LeBron, right? When you get that player, then you can build around him. When we get that guy,
Right.
then we can build around him. LeBron came to an awful Cavs team and took them to the finals. But guess what they did in the finals? They lost. And then they couldn't get back to the finals because they were an awful Cavs team. It's not the way to do. I love the way that I love the way that kind of the Spurs. I think the Spurs were kind of the first team that was really that really kind of did it that way. We didn't see a lot of teams that passed the torch on. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see a lot of teams that were like, "Oh, I'm good, and now I'm going to pass this torch over to you, and you're good." The Spurs were kind of that first team to do it, and then they fumbled the bag with Kawhi. We're seeing Golden State kind of now do it. And I think that that's going to be the most interesting piece, right? Because you want to squeeze as much you can out of Steph and them, but when Steph and them are done, guess what? We got these other guys that are going to be able to step up. We got a nice young core that's following the talented core that's there. Yeah, I mean, like that's to me how you build a good organization. It's not fall off the face of the earth, get a high draft pick. Because, right, Joel Embiid can't do it by himself. Joel Embiid, his part of the process, he's a superstar. Yeah, he's a star. I can't say he's a super. Well, no, he didn't get MVP. He's a star. He's got nothing else.
Like legitimately, and this is the thing that's gonna mess them up too. Like his contract still states that like at a certain point, if he gets hurt, he has to give like certain M's back. And this is the thing, they never like what am I saying? Like they have a window and they have a window and they still have that window. But they weren't like the window's kind of closing because they never expounded. You went from like and me and Pat always say this. You went from asking for 2 first-round picks
to giving
up 2 first-round picks and then getting James Harden, who Joel Embiid says in the exit presser, hey bro, he's not Houston James. That's dead. Like that's over with. Like we need something new.
And
like
Houston,
the process that's over.
Not being Houston James is fine if you still got Seth Curry and Tobias Harris and Andre a team.
Oh no, yeah, no,
You cannot be
they're
Houston James Harden. Yeah. But when I trade the team for you, when I trade the team for you, you got to be Houston James Harden.
Hey, I'm still about to ask for this 256 on the Supermax though.
Yo, first thing he said when the season was over, I hadn't been focusing on offense, so now I'm getting back to doing what I'm doing. I basically took 2 years off from your job, from the thing you get paid millions of dollars to do. You took 2 years off while playing, huh?
Hey,
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know, bro. Like I look at it, and here's the thing. I'm not saying that I would view P. Will as untradeable for the whole league. I do think there's a level of player that I would trade P. Will for, but that level of player is somebody that comes in and can help you win immediately because you do have younger talent on the roster as well, and you still have the 18th pick. Potential gets you more value than the known sometimes. The unknown gets you more value than the known sometimes. The unknown gets you more value than the known. There's players out there that you could pair. Like you would be stupid to say that there's nobody out there that you could pair with Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic right now, and it doesn't get you closer to a conference finals. It would be dumb to say. There's players all over the NBA that are at the level of P. Will. They like honestly getting Rudy Gobert here gets you closer to a conference finals. But how does that mess you up in the long term? How does that mess you up moving forward? I think that's how AK and the Bulls are looking at it. I don't see them moving on from P. Will anytime soon. But I do think P. Will has to show you at a minimum that he can stay healthy and that he's going to be able to be the player that we think he is. And I will say this, right? Like for all the shade that people have thrown at DeMar this season and stuff like that, DeMar DeRozan is probably the best player to have working with P. Will. Because if P.
he's in the best situation.
If P. Will takes 30% of DeMar's attitude with his body style and with his aggression and with his attack, that's trouble. That's a different level of player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm saying.
And I just think too. I think the biggest thing about it is like P Will has said like this is what he's wanted to do. Also, not only that, but he put that into motion. Like you wanted to see the aggression. Like he got hurt trying to yam on Mitchell Robinson
while he was hurt. And I think
Wow,
people,
wow, while he was hurt at that.
yeah.
I think that he's gonna like he's going to excel and you're right because like he's probably with DeMar right now. You know, working DeMar's Val like yo, he's gonna get him right, and I truly believe that,
Yeah.
and like you've seen him come out, take the shots, grab the boards because like he has said he wants to take that leap, and by the end of the season, you kind of seen that, like you kind of seen that, and that's anything I think that like if I'm a Bulls fan, I'm asking for P. Will. If they don't include P. Will in the Rudy Gobert trade, if it does happen, it's a W.
And I will say this, it's a situation to me where is it overvaluing what you have? Yeah, it is. It's just it is overvaluing what P. Will has shown you. But overvaluing that and at a minimum getting him healthy for half a season to see it could change everything one way or the other. And I say that it'll be interesting to see. And I'll tell you what, if this might be something, a conversation that goes into the season, because Rudy Gobert's value might go down during the season, but because he's unhappy in a situation, or somebody else's value that you might be looking at might go down during the season, unhappy in a situation, they're not giving that same production, then all of a sudden they get traded to you and they're dogs again. You know what I'm saying? I love Baki tweeted us the first round picks. And by the way, follow us on Twitter. We do appreciate y'all for showing love to us on the tweet side, man. Follow us on Twitter at the WC Breeze, at Pat the Designer, at Stefan the Don 1. Replace the E with a 3, and then at 1P Kid, who's not here right now. But I'm sure he'll be popping in. Anytime there's P. Will slander, P. Kid usually is somewhere to be found. He tweeted me their first round picks. 2016, Ben Simmons. 2017. You good, my boy? You got COVID going on over there? You good? Can you breathe?
Yeah, dog.
All right, okay.
Man.
Hey, 2018, Mikal Bridges. Wish they still had that one, don't they? 2019, Ty Jerome, picked at the 24th pick. By the way, Simmons and Fultz were first picks in the draft. Mikal Bridges, 10th pick in the draft. Ty Jerome, 24th pick in the draft. Tyrese Maxey, 21st pick in the draft. Jaden Springer, 28th pick in the draft. I mean, okay. The process ain't working to me. It ain't showing me too much. Yeah, I mean, it's a process, but it's a process that is taken. At this point, you got to at least be in a conference finals. You haven't even been in a conference finals. I know that series versus Toronto felt like a conference finals, but it wasn't. Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Second half of the show, towards the end of the show, we're gonna be doing the question of the day. So check us out over on Twitter. Follow me at Pat the Designer and drop your question of the day. We'll put the best ones up on the screen. Make sure y'all get that in, man. Update on the poll as well. Right now, due to Chicago Bulls view Patrick Williams is untradeable. 64 votes on that. 58% of the audience says no.
Hey, these mugs have Vooch.
Yeah, they did. They had Vooch in the beginning. They drafted Vooch, I believe, and traded him. 58% say no. 42% say yes on the poll right there. So I mean, listen, I don't think I view Patrick Williams as untradeable, but I voted yes on that. I voted yes on that. Like, to me, I think the Bulls do view him as untradeable. Who went to public school and know how to spell? Hey, it's your boy. What's good? What's going on with you, my boy? How you? What's going on, Bryce? Yeah, see, appreciate you for listening over on Locked On Bulls, man. It is what it is. Let's keep it pushing though, man. Let's keep it going. We got an interesting. Here's a player to me that I have a question about because the conversation has come up about Rudy Gobert, and the conversation has come up about Mitchell Robinson. But there's a player out there who would make more than Mitchell Robinson, less than Rudy Gobert, that I feel like we've overlooked. And to get him, you'd probably have to do a sign and trade kind of deal, but it would cost you probably less. The question is, do you view him as a max player? How do you guys feel about a Deandre Ayton? Is Deandre Ayton a good piece to bring to the Chicago Bulls? He'd probably be making about $30 million on a max deal. $30 million for a Deandre Ayton. You know what he brings to the table. Numbers wise, Deandre Ayton is a what did he do this year? I got it right here. 17 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, shot at 36% from 3, 63% from the field, average 0.7 blocks, 0.7 steals a game. How you feel about a Deandre Ayton coming in? And by the way, 23. That's a 23-year-old who seems to be very unhappy in his role on the Phoenix Suns and unhappy with his situation there. And I will say, when a player is happy, they do play better.
I will say I think I'm straight. I think I'm straight on him. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm straight because the fact of the matter is when you come out and ask for a max contract. So they're legitimately on some like, okay, we're going back to like we at least trying to go back to the finals. Everybody's intact. You got Chris Paul, you got D-Book. Only thing we asking for you to do is do best essentially do your job, show up. When you go into a Dallas series and like their tallest matchup is 6'9". You not in the post. You shooting J's, but then not only that, it's like they're cooking you, and then me as a coach, I have to take you out because like we're steady pressing you to like, hey bro, we need you in the post. We need you to play big. We need you to do this. We need you to do this. And you seem not interested, and then you come back and try to tell me off because you can't do your job and we're losing because yeah, we all play bad, but you're also one of the main reasons.
Yeah.
I have to, and that's internal. I can't. No. He's not worth 30 million to me because he doesn't seem like he's aggressive enough.
Do you think he'll get that in free agency? Do you think, and we've heard Dallas be connected to him? I mean, I'm sure there's teams out there that are looking at him. He's 23 years old, but I mean, listen, we say a lot of the same things that we said about DeAndre Ayton in at least this season. Last season we didn't say it as much, but at least this season we've said it. That we said about Cat in the playoffs, and Cat's on a much worse team.
Like you doing all of this, but when it's time to come, like you cannot be out here running. And it's all fun and games. You out here running your mouth because yeah, y'all got the best team. But when they specifically coming at you and you not responding,
yeah,
like that's on you. That that's legitimately on you. You cannot get mad at somebody else because you're not doing your job. Now on the flip side of that, it's like I told you, a fool is born once a day.
I think somebody's gonna pay.
Somebody gonna give him 30 M's. I was looking at this. Somebody said the Pistons. Somebody said Charlotte.
Pistons, I can see.
I think if he's looking for the 30 mil, I think the Pistons might do it. I think the Pistons might do it.
Pistons,
But before I probably would have said Jordan would do it, but I mean the way they seem like they're trying to turn the corner at the organization, so I think he's kind of done with that.
you know what? We got some names in it. Portland, I don't know. Pistons, I could see. Dallas, I could see because Dallas is basically begging for a big body.
I'm tired after the Porzingis thing. He not
Now,
paying 30 M's though.
I absolutely could see Dallas going out and getting Mitchell Robinson much cheaper. You know what I'm saying?
I think Mitchell Robinson fits better with them.
I think Dallas is going to be the team that probably snatches Mitchell Robinson away from us. By the way, Robert Schwartz hit us with a very interesting one. With on Locked On Bulls. Go check out Locked On Bulls. He said he was talking about the Bulls bringing in Gobert because we had the conversation about Gobert. He said, I think the Bulls should go get Gobert and Mitchell Robinson, which technically they could do because you'd be trading away you'd be trading away the pieces to get Gobert here, and then you could offer Mitchell Robinson a mid-level extension. We were just cracking up at how like big a lineup that would be. You got like freaking
Hey, nobody's gonna, bro. Imagine if you do all of that,
we got all the block shots
and still don't come off P. Will or IO. Like legitimately, nobody is scoring,
bro. You got all the block shots. Your defense is gonna be ridiculous. We was cracking up at that. We were sitting there, and I was like,
"Put it up, shut up."
Hey, look, we literally were sitting there, and we both were like, "It's not a bad idea, though." It's not a bad idea. You know what I mean? But nah, bro, that had me cracking up, bro. The one thing I will say about a Deandre Ayton, though, if he does, and here's the thing, right? Everybody's saying Ayton will get paid, Ayton will get paid, Ayton will get paid. Sometimes teams conglomerate together to get that price down. You could see Ayton get a lower level deal because of what you've seen because of the question marks. Listen, DeAndre Ayton had some games in the playoffs, absolutely. First game versus the Mavericks, 25-8. Game 2, though, 9-3. Game 3, 16-11. And I think game 2 was when Booker got hurt. Or was that when Paul got hurt? One of them got hurt in that mug. And
D-Book was hurt in the first. Oh, that was against the. No, I think that was game 1.
D-Book get hurt against the Pelicans?
Yeah.
One of them where you really needed Ayton to step up, and I think that's the game where he put up 9 and 6. Also only played 18 minutes that game. And then
Chris vibe, you know.
And then 9-3, I'm sorry. And then after that, 16-11, 14-11, 20-9, 21-11, 5-4. Yeah, Chris Mid vibe. Honestly, Chris Mid vibe. That's exactly what I see from him. For me, yeah. He's a guy that has all the potential to do everything you want to see him do, but at $30 million a year, I don't think that DeAndre Ayton is a guy who is gonna live up to that contract. I may be wrong. I mean, listen, 6'11", 250. He's a monster of a man.
Hey man, all I'm gonna say is this: you had Chris Paul, and you still ain't like everybody that had Chris Paul as their pick and roll partner got paid.
The weird thing is, though, they didn't use a lot of. Well, they used it against us, against the Bulls. They used it, but you didn't see them go to a lot of pick and roll with Ayton in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't see them go to a lot of that. And I thought that would be something that they would use. But, I mean, they're trying to get Booker involved. They're trying to get, CP involved. They understand what both those guys can do. That's an interesting dynamic with the DeAndre Ayton. I do know this. Based on all the reports, he won't be back there.
Oh, no, he's not coming back. He's not coming back.
He will be
But
back.
I think we seen it though, right? Like, cause we asked, like, yo, why is Robert Sarver not paying him? We seen it. Like Dwight Powell cannot be your matchup, and you do.
And you getting cooked.
And especially after what we seen him do in the Warriors series. Like that just look what worse on you.
Yeah.
That looks worse on you. So it's just like is it a case of like you just don't care, you're not really in it, you want the ball, like what is it? Because I don't know, man.
I mean,
don't know. Like
situation.
you had the perfect setup and couldn't produce when you needed to.
Here's the question: is it a situation where, with Deandre Ayton, you felt like, hey, I am trying to, I'm not happy in my current situation. I don't want to be here anymore, and that's affecting his play. Like, could it be something like that? Could it be where, you're trying to get him motivated, trying to get him moving in the right direction, trying to get him, dedicated to the game, but he's just, I don't really care about y'all. I don't really want to be here. I'm not in a good situation here. And all of a sudden you see him go to another place and you see him consistently flourish.
Nah, yeah. The only thing I could think of is him possibly with LaMelo, but
I think we said that too. We said that about Mitchell Robinson too, but DeAndre Ayton with LaMelo is an interesting one.
Ayton with LaMelo, I think that'll be called. I don't know. I don't know how he fits with Cade exactly. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know exactly how he fits with Cade, but like I said, a fool is born once a day. I think that the Pistons will probably offer him the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm not really, but yeah, him in the Bulls uniform. Nah, I'll pass. Because I feel like there are lower level options that will come cheaper that are better for him in the system. For the Bulls and
here's the question then, right? Here's the question then, right? Who? We keep
like
talking
the lower level options.
We keep talking about going to get these guys. We keep talking about finding these guys that to come in here and be the big man. They're going to go off in the offseason and get their big man. By the way, if you're in here right now, man, I'm going to need y'all to go ahead and
Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. Only channel talking Chicago sports. How Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. We got like 80 people in here, 20 likes, man. Y'all tweaking right now. Who's the guy you're going to go get? Because we keep saying, right, I don't think the Bulls are going to get Mitchell Robinson because Mitchell Robinson won't be a starter here. I don't think the Bulls are realistically going to trade for Gobert because of his contract. I think that it could work there, but I don't think they're going to trade for him because of his contract. I don't think that the Bulls are going to get DeAndre Ayton.
This is where I think we got to disagree because I think they can go out and get a Mitchell Robinson and he just plays starters minutes off the bench.
But even if he's playing,
that's me. I think you can possibly even do that with a Mo Bamba. Like both of these options are cheaper options. It's not like you're paying them like max money.
Everybody keeps saying Mo Bamba. First thing Mo Bamba said was, "I'm going to."
What did he say?
I want to play back home with Zion.
Oh well, go ahead then.
Mo Bamba's
okay, that's fine. That's fine. I like okay, so then if that I was just about to say that Baki Mitchell Robinson, Christian Wood. Like I said, these are lower. Like I'll spare Mo Bamba because that's fine. You've been hurt. That's cool.
This is the thing. Mo Bamba been hurt. Mo Bamba's had one good half of a game. I can't say that. He's had more than one good half, but like the skill set is there. But like Mo Bamba's
Hey, let's not do that because that was like a week where everybody and their mama was dropping 50.
bro, but Mo Bamba just
Freaking what?
real quick.
Sadiq Bey.
Hey, they did.
Because wasn't it like Sadiq Bey dropped 50 and nobody watched it because like I forgot what was on.
Yeah, something else.
The Super Bowl was on.
Was the Super Bowl on? No, I thought it was. I thought it was something different. But I do remember that because he dropped 50 and everybody was like, Sadiq Bey dropped 50. No, that was the only game on that night. Wasn't it that? That was the only game on that night.
Hey, nah.
But even with this, right? Like all the names I see in the chat, Bobo, Mobile, y'all trying to put together.
Bro, why? Yo, Stacy, and I want to bring this up because Stacy tweeted this. Stop saying Bobo. Him and Chat is basically the same player. Bobo just don't get ticked. And it's the reason why he's not getting ticked.
Well, I mean, Bobo's been injured as well, but like Bobo's not even in the NBA no more.
Like, stop. We gotta stop that.
You have to look at options, right, and say, like, yes, there is potential there. But we can't just go out and get the all potential team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to find guys that are actually going to make an impact. A Christian Wood is a good name, but guess what? Christian Wood is a trade piece. What are you trading for Christian Wood? They probably want potential, which means they're probably going to, first thing they're probably going to say, hey, what's P. Will doing? Or they're going to say, hey, let me get that 18th pick and Kobe White.
Like, bro, y'all trying to buy used cars off the lot that y'all know something's wrong with, and y'all just.
I'll tell you this, right? It's about playing chess, not checkers. I like Christian.
Hey, how much is this car? $500. What's wrong with it? Everything.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I take it.
You know,
how far is it gonna get me? Up the street?
Up the street.
That's cool.
I think Christian Wood's a better player than that, but I do think that, you know, like when you're talking about a Christian Wood, right? Like, I'm playing chess, not checkers. I'm willing to wait on a Christian Wood. He's still going to be young next year when he's a free agent. I'll go talk to him then.
You got to trade for Jackson Hayes.
I said Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond, I would go get. I'm not gonna lie to you. But is Andre Drummond gonna leave Brooklyn? Is he still under contract? Andre Drummond's still under contract, right? Not trade.
Yeah, but I think that's a trade piece for them now.
I would go get Andre Drummond. I mess with Andre Drummond. I'm trying to see. Your family in the background always cracks me up on the show.
Yeah, man.
They be screaming at each other, and we got to get you your own place, brother. Oh no, it just be random. Like, we'll get quiet for a second, and you just hit. Boy, put that fish in the pan. I'm sick of this. What? Huh? What just happened? Why are y'all so aggressive right now? Nah, I would mess with it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would mess with Andre Drummond. JaVale McGee. I don't know if JaVale McGee wants to leave Phoenix. Like, everybody acts like JaVale McGee is just gonna be like, "Yep, I'm done here." Like, Dwight is an interesting bench piece, I guess. I wouldn't be mad about it. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, I like McGee. But is McGee gonna all of a sudden just be like, yeah, you know, I'm sick of winning all these games? I'm sick of being on one of the best teams in the NBA. Like, how much are you gonna try and pay JaVale McGee to come in here? That's the question that I'm asking, right? Like, who's the guy that you feel great about going and getting? Who's the guy that you feel great about going out there and we know that the Bulls can get him? Because a lot of the names are in better situations, minus like Christian Wood. JaVale McGee's in a better situation than here. Andre Drummond's a free agent this year, is he? I thought Drummond had one more year on that mug. That's what I was looking up, actually. Andre Drummond contract. If Drummond's a free agent, I'd throw money at him. He's a free agent this year. I'd throw money at Andre Drummond. I like Andre Drummond. And the funny thing about Drummond is, bro, hey, bro, we just been talking about him forever. Bro, he's 28. He's 28. He is 28 years old. Andre Drummond has played, 10 years in the NBA? He got drafted in 2012. His next year will be his 10th year in the NBA. He's 28. That's how young these must be coming in. Kevin Green asks, are we giving up on Marko Seminovic? I don't think we're giving up on Marko. Marko just goes into the unknown. Marko goes into the unknown, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I mess with Marko, but I don't know if Billy messes with Marko. That's the biggest question. I don't know if Billy Donovan messes with Marko. I don't know if everybody cracking on that man now. Hey said, dang, Black does crack. Roy said he lived a hard life. I don't know what Marko brings to the NBA yet. I just don't. I want him to get some tick. I want to see what he is. I don't think he was ready for the NBA next year. Marko could be a piece of the Bulls look at. Marko could absolutely be a piece of the Bulls look at, but you also have to take into account where that team is going to be. I'm sorry, where the coach of the team, Billy Donovan, looks at Marko as. You have to think where AK looks at Marko as. We feel like, he looks at him as a higher capacity player because he gave him the 3-year deal while only giving the Io the 2-year deal. We're going to be paying Io after next season probably. We're going to have to trying to match it. But I mean, Marko's shown me. He's shown me stuff in the Windy City Bulls. But that's a difference. So I don't know what Marko brings to the table. I'm intrigued on it, but I don't know what Marko brings to the table. Hey man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. You good? What'd you do? You just went out there and like, I'm sick of it. Everybody shut up. It's all love though. I know how Black. I'm already knowing, my boy. Don't worry about it. Hey, man, if y'all here watching us, enjoying the content, man, hey, it's like my brother said, y'all gotta be the blackest show on TV. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel, the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. Make sure you go ahead and just
Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. Hey, man, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it cracking. Let's keep this thing bracking, man, because we do got a lot to get into, man. Switching topics a little bit here. Just different teams, though, because we got to talk a little bit of Game 3. Got to talk a little bit of Game 3. NBA Finals, Game 3 is the night. We will be live for it. So make sure that you're tuned in with us tonight. What did he say? Oh, Kid says, send me the link. Here come Kid. Make sure you guys are tuned in and rocking with us tonight as well. We'll be live for that, enjoying. I mean, dog, I'm so excited about this game. I can't wait for this game to get cracking. What is your prediction for tonight's game, my boy?
I think the game will be officiated a little bit differently. I think this is a game where Jason Tatum finally plays a full game of basketball where he kind of puts everything together. I think that the Celtics kind of fixed their defense on Steph Curry, which to be honest, I feel like that's priority number one. If I'm picking a winner, I think Boston will take this one. The first game, I think Warriors will take the second one in Boston. But I think just for this game by itself, I think Jason Tatum bounces back, and the Celtics kind of fix their defense on Steph Curry, and they take this one. So I think Boston will be up 2-1 tonight.
Really? See, I'm intrigued by it, right? Because I don't think the officiating will be different.
Okay.
I think the officiating will be the exact same because it's been the officiating we've seen in Boston with Boston the entire time. This is how Boston's games have been officiated the entire series. It's not new. And so I think that, listen, if the Warriors can, now here's the question that you do have to ask. Can the Warriors match that same intensity like that they had in game 2 tonight? Because Draymond came out with "I'ma punch you in the mouth" intensity. Draymond really came out with a, hey, we coming out, we getting busy in this month, we getting aggressive, let's get it bracking. I'm ready for the smoke. Let's go. And are you gonna see the rest of the team be able to match that intensity the rest of this series?
Well, I think what it is, I think that they will respond. But I've also said I've been on a mindset that, you know, if Robert Williams, you know, doesn't show up the way that he's capable of showing up, the way that we know he's capable of showing up, the Boston Celtics defense is not the same when Robert Williams is not playing like he normally is. So so in that case, I mean, I think they do respond, but I think, like I said, Boston's back home. Jason Tatum has been struggling. I still got Boston coming out getting this dub. Even though I need Jason Tatum to chop with the Kobe stuff though.
Oh,
He
hey,
just went with the Kobe
as we
stuff.
welcome in the pettiest man alive into the building on that note right there, brother. Hey, bro, what's good, kid? How you feeling, man?
What's good, my boy?
I got you. Let's go back on. Hold on one second. Ask your question.
I said, hey, listen. Well, here's the question. Is Jason Tatum taking the Kobe stuff just a little bit too far?
Bruh, he killing me, dog. How about you just hoop? Just hoop.
Hey, bro.
Just hoop. That's all I want you to do is hoop.
I respect him for, at a minimum, wait until after he dropped 28 points per game to put the Kobe picture up.
But he lost. He has 7 in the second half. He has 7 in the second half. Like,
hey, man. Oh, I don't know, bro. I don't know. What has Kobe ever had a 12-point game in the finals, bro?
No, every legend has had a bad game. Don't get me wrong. But this is one of those things where, like Bradley Beal said, your stats don't matter.
Yeah.
Man, you better go out there and hoop. You better just go out there and hoop. I don't even know what the thing is. Like, everyone, you know what a pure Kobe moment for me is? His last finals, game 7. Everyone talks about how bad he shot. No one talks about how the double-digit rebounds and how locked in he was and the clutch moments he had in the game. They're just like, oh, Ron Artest saved him down the stretch. Man, that man was hooping.
Hey, we might have
go
to
out there and hoop. Jaylen Brown looked like he out there hooping. From the beginning, he out there hooping. Get to the paint. Why are you sitting there taking 1,000 threes, bro? Come on, get to the paint, get to the line. That's how you do it. It irks my soul watching them do that. It just irks my soul. You 6'9". Get to the free throw line, bro.
Was Kobe hurt in the Pacers finals?
I'm not necessarily sure on that.
Is Kobe
he was hurt? He was hurt in the Pacers finals. He had an ankle injury. Jalen Rose said he intentionally tried to hurt him.
Okay, that makes more sense because I'm sitting here. I'm like, Kobe played awful versus the Pacers. But
he did. He was Kobe was a bus rider for at least one of those finals runs.
That was the one. I tell you that much.
It has to be I know I'm gonna give Kobe
worst finals game. Now I will say that he had to get hurt. Like you said, I'm sorry. Jalen Rose did try to hurt him. I remember that because he messed him up in game.
It's like 1 or 2.
Two, I think.
It's 2.
Because he hurt him. And Kobe only played 9 minutes. He had 2 points. It's his worst finals game of all time. He was 1 for 3. No, it was game 2. Yeah. After that, or before that, his worst finals game of all time was a 14-point game versus the Pacers. That was game 1. He shot 46%. He shot 6 for 13.
I
That
think
was his
Shaq had 40 that game though, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Shaq's finals. That's real.
Yeah,
That was
Shaq ran that finals. It was like, hey, it's no need to do anything else.
Yeah.
No need to do anything. Pass the ball to the biggest dude on the court that can't nobody stop. What are we doing? Like, I'm not gonna fault Kobe for that. But guess what? Jason Tatum, you don't have Shaq on your team.
You gotta
be the guy, bro.
That is the biggest question mark for Boston to me, because we're talking about, like Ringo brought up the officiating, but we're talking about what's on the team, what's going to be able to produce, who's going to be able to do what, who's going to be able to play what way. The Boston Celtics, bro, they're in the finals and it's like they don't know how to play together. They're in the finals and it's like they don't know how to play as a team. Literally, we've seen them play as a team. One quarter, they scored 40. When they played as a team, they're one of the most unstoppable teams in the league. That's why I don't get like when Boston Celtics fans be going at me on Locked On NBA and stuff like that, it's because they don't hear me say that part. They just hear me say they're not doing enough. When you look at the numbers at the end of the game, the numbers might equal out. Brown has 25, Tatum has 25, Smart has 10. But when you watch them play, Tatum has 15 in the first quarter. Brown has 8 in the second quarter. Tatum gets 0 in the second quarter. Brown gets 2 in the first quarter. Like, it's like they're not playing off of each other well. But when they do, when it finally clicks, they look like the best team in basketball.
When it finally clicks.
It's only clicked one quarter. Hey, we played 2 games out of 7 quarters. I've seen it click 1 quarter. Hey, look, me and you's on live for
game. I would just say it clicked for the last 5 minutes, but that's just me.
Well, kind of. But me and Kid was on live for game 1. All of a sudden, we saw a great ball movement. The ball got out to Jason Tatum. He pulled that mug up and knocked it down, and we both said, "That's it."
It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna
I mean, even when we was doing game 1 though, and I think it's to P Kid's point, right? Because we all sat here, and then we was just looking like, I kept saying it like, dog, Steph Curry has 3 fouls. You're getting the switch
and not attacking.
Stop taking a stupid step back.
Mm-hmm.
Stop taking a step back, cause right now that's not you, and right now you're not playing. I'm not saying that. No, I take that back. That is him, but right now you're not playing with high IQ. You're not. So
what's?
No, go ahead.
No.
I was just saying like he hasn't played with high IQ in those big moments, like P Kid was saying with Kobe, like how Kobe shot in those bad moments. Like people like to bring that up, but when it came down to those clutch moments, even Shaq says it. He fouled out in one of those games. Kobe's like, hey, bro, don't trip. Last 3 minutes of the game. Hold this right here. I got you. And what happened? He did what he was supposed to do. To that extent, he has not done that, and the rest of the team has not done that. I mean, game 2, Jaylen Brown, 2 point second half. Marcus Smart, 2 point second half. Al Horford, 2 point second half. They need to play like they played in game 1 for that last 5 minutes, but I'm not necessarily sure that they can do that. Couple that with the fact that Robert Williams has not been Robert Williams.
He ain't healthy.
This whole time.
He's playing.
I want them to take this game. I have them taking this game in Boston, but I mean, if they don't, I mean, it is what it is.
I got 4-2 Golden State away for one real obvious reason. The adjustment Steve Kerr made from game 1 to game 2 to eliminate those corner threes. The adjustment they made to eliminate Grant Williams going off. Yeah. To eliminate, how effective Al Horford could be and that high post right there. That driving kick, even that driving kick, not to the corner, but to the wing. They've gotten better at reading that, and they're just active. Shout out to Steph for stepping up his defense. Shout out to Kevon Looney had 3 steals.
Hey, Steph definitely was clamping.
Kevon Looney had 3 freaking steals. Like that's an adjustment that you get from watching tape, going in, locking in, and being like, all right, this is what they're doing. This is how they're beating us. We're gonna take that away and see what happens. And they took it away. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if you watch a lot of Boston's games, which ironically, I just on this extra screen, I just play I've been watching a bunch of Golden State and Boston games, just seeing what's going on. They live and die off of those others, getting those easy wing threes, corner threes, stuff like that. You take that away, it's going to be real tough. I'm not saying they're a bum team, by no means, because it's all about adjustment. But that right there, I don't think any team can adjust better than Golden State right now just because of the experience. They have the experience. Yeah. And on top of that, they got 2, maybe 3 world-breaking players. I would say. I mean, Clay get his act together.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
If Clay get his act together, it's like, hey, Clay is shooting like Russell Westbrook right now. Let's be real. He is horrible out there.
What he shoot? I think they said he shot 4 in the first 2 games. He shot 4 for 36 or something like that.
I think he'll adjust though. That's much to do about nothing.
Hey, Clay cracked me up too because they be like, "Hey, Clay, what are you gonna do to get out of the slump?" He's like, "I'm gonna go watch the tape of myself when I'm making shots." And I'm like, "What?"
I mean, it's like Jalen Rose said, they're just trying to speed him up a tick. Like the way that they play Clay is like that. Like they played Clay perfectly, but then just forgot to guard Steph altogether. Like
I mean, well, you didn't have to play Clay that perfect, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Clay was putting that mug up. Me and Kid was talking about that. We was like, that man is just turning around and throwing it up. But here's something that I think we asked this earlier in the week, and we asked it after the game. Who do you expect to the rest of that? Because really we've seen one player and the rest of them, right? We saw game 1 was Jaylen Brown versus Steph Curry. The rest of the team really didn't play as well offensively. Game 2 was Jason Tatum versus Stephen Curry. The rest of the team really didn't play that great offensively. I can't say that. On Boston, Al Horford did have 6 for 8 for the 3-point line. Who do you expect to step up in game 3 and possibly throughout the rest of the series sooner? Golden State's outside of Steph going nuclear, the rest of that team, or Boston finally gets it together outside of the rest of that team? Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, to me, Boston's got 3 guys that I think can, when they play together, if they play together, can all go nuclear at once. Golden State, to me, has Steph and Clay, but I can't include Poole in that because we really saw Poole have a half. Poole was struggling mightily in that game. I think he got hot, in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter?
Yeah.
Right? And
third.
Your mic off, Kid.
Third.
When did he hit that half court shot? Wasn't that going into the half?
No, that was the third.
Third going into the fourth?
Yeah, because they went up 17 after that.
I can't hear you, Kid.
Yeah, no, I can't, bro.
I thought you.
I'm plugging it in and plugging it back in.
Hey, hey, I love how 100 years into technology, we still using the same tactics to fix our stuff. Hey, did you unplug it and plug it back in? Why does that work? I don't know. Switch to the computer mic. Your computer mic ain't terrible. I didn't mute you, did I? Or did you mute yourself on restring? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But who do you feel has the better game, not just in game 3, but moving forward?
I think that Clay and Wiggs step up before.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you
go. There we go. There we go.
Strong.
Okay. Yeah, bro. Before I come in,
I didn't even do anything. I literally just hit the option. It was like, okay, cool. And then it was like, What? Like, it's the same setting. Yo, Restream, get it together, baby. Get it together.
Bro.
We'll be on OBS soon enough, my boy.
We use
What
OBS
was I
at work
saying? No,
instead of
but
Restream.
yeah, I think that Clan will get it together before Boston's others do.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing, right, was what Kid said when he said about Steve Kerr making the adjustments on the corner threes. The only thing that I dislike is that they keep flying by. There, here we go. What is his name?
Grant Williams.
But dude on Boston, bro. The dude that you draw.
Oh, Derek White.
Derek White.
Derek White. They keep flying by Derek White. But if they quit giving those up like that, like they're shot in the water. But other than that, like I got
I don't trust that Derek White's gonna keep
others.
that going.
You said what?
I don't trust that he's gonna keep it going.
He didn't in the last game.
Who Derek White?
Yeah, I don't trust that he's
I don't think he is.
Just like with the same flack I'm giving him,
Yeah.
I give to Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole ain't get it going to the end of the second game. I'm expecting Jordan Poole to give me 2 games. And I want those 2 games to be today and the next one. But I think he's gonna give me 2 games. And that's all that's all I'm going to give a young player in his first finals who's not the guy. When you're the guy, the pressure is different, the shot attempts are different, the light is different.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole don't have that green light. And I don't think correct me if I'm wrong. I don't feel like Derek. I mean, is it Derek White? What's his first name? Is his first name Derek?
Derek White.
Derek White. I don't feel like he has that green light, but he does a lot to impact the game. But I just don't think that, like, you're not gonna, if you're dependent on Derek White to win the game, to win this series, you're in trouble.
And can I?
But
say,
Jordan
can I
Poole
say
has carried the Warriors at parts of this season, so the expectation is a little different for me. Because we've had conversations, legit conversations, us, ESPN, other people. Should Jordan Poole be taking some of Clay's minutes? You don't have that conversation if you're not hooping.
Well, I think the question that you have to ask with Jordan Poole is, how's he going to play on the road in the NBA Finals, right? Like, I don't have as many questions as I do on Jordan Poole as I do with Derek White, but Derek White's playing at home tonight. He's playing in Boston. Like, Derek White having a 21-point game over there is more impactful because I feel like Derek White at home, I'm comfortable. Okay. I know these rims. I'm able to play here. I play here all the time. Fair. My fans are at my back. I'm good. I'm going to be comfortable here. I don't know if Jordan Poole comes in with that same kind of comfortability. And comfortability, is that a word?
Comfortability? It's a word.
It's a word. Okay, all right. Yeah, shut up. I don't know if I don't know if he comes through with that same kind of comfortability in Boston because I'll fight you. Because Boston's gonna be
having a rough week with the IMO.
Hey, bro. IMO. That come on now. Nobody told me that means in my opinion, bro. I was ready. I was ready for smoke with that.
Exactly. That face right there.
We've been using that for almost a decade.
I never said it, but I always thought it meant. I mean, obviously, I had smoke for everybody.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Considering how I know how you structure your sentences, especially in text, it still kind of works.
Yeah, but when somebody hits you in the comments with IMO, it sounds like they saying like, you sound stupid with your opinion, so you might as well get the heck on. Yeah, I mean, versus like, I mean, in my opinion, this is what I think. If you say IMO, Zach LaVine will be back with the Chicago Bulls. Or no, if you say IMO, Rudy Gobert is overrated. Versus, and I take that as, I mean, obviously, Rudy Gobert is overrated versus, in my opinion, Rudy Gobert is overrated. I mean, obviously, Rudy Gobert is overrated. Now I'm looking at you like, all right, now you coming a little spicy now. What you mean? You saying I'm stupid? I'm not looking at the game? What's the game plan on this? What's going on? Yeah, I mean, don't worry about it.
Kind of depends on who's saying it, because I mean,
it's
obviously,
people all the time to say IMO. You know what I mean? And see that Tim Brazil
we
said that.
gonna let you live. Hey, this is why we do need a separate show because you bugging now, dog.
Hey, bro. Yeah, I mean, hey, we just chopping it up. Don't worry about it, bro.
You bugging now. I
Hey,
tried to
I ain't gonna lie
defend
to
you.
you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think we
Hey,
need a separate show. I think we just
hey,
need to
dog,
keep chopping it up on this
we
one.
was on there for 20 minutes, dog.
Dog, I'm gonna be honest with you. I tried to defend you and I had your back, but then I thought about it. I sound dumb as hell. I'm trying to ride for you, my boy. I tried to.
Hey,
It ain't
man, I
work. It
appreciate
ain't
the
work.
attempt, brother. I
I couldn't
appreciate
pick
the
that
attempt.
up.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Just so people know, if Pat's ever in a debate and he's losing, I'm jumping in that debate. I'm gonna help him in that debate. On the ride home, I'm like, dog, that was a dumb debate. But you ain't gonna never see me play my man in public. It's not gonna happen unless
bro.
he's just saying something too stupid.
Hey, nah, that's what we did. Me and you, bro. We was talking about hip hop with super producer Joel Holt and his old head friends. Talking about hip hop with old heads is worse than having the LeBron versus Jordan debate with old heads. It's so much. It's like no hip hop past Jay-Z matters. Anybody who made rap past Jay-Z is trash. So we got on
here.
We got on it because I said that Busta Rhymes could go with Jay-Z in a versus because Busta Rhymes got bangers. And I'm like, first off, this is also y'all era. You're tweaking. Like, this is y'all level of it. Busta was like 97 through. Wait, when Busta come out? No, Busta was before that, 94, right?
Busta's like 92. Because you gotta think
Busta came out.
he did that song Scenario
like
with Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah,
I think that
he
was
did a song with
93.
Tribe.
That's like 93, 94.
93?
He did, wasn't he Digital Underground? No, that's Pot. He was in another group.
No, he was in another group before. Yeah.
So like, he's been around for a minute.
He's been around. So I'm like, well, y'all are tweaking right now. What are y'all talking about? And then I said, bro, for every Jay-Z song you could give me, I could give you a Lil Wayne song to match. That's why I think it would be the best thing. And they were like, Lil Wayne ain't got nothing on Jay-Z, and he could never stand in the ring with Jay-Z. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about right now, bro?
Now here's the thing.
First off,
go ahead. I want to hear what you gotta say because I think you disagree.
I keep trying to tell Muggs, if Wayne was to do a versus, and Wayne said this himself on his podcast, dog, they're going to have to tell him to stop because he has too much. He got too many hits.
But Jay could go with him too. Jay could go with it. We're talking about 20 songs. We're talking about 20 songs. Jay, I'm not. Here's the thing, though. I'm not gonna disrespect. I'm not gonna disrespect Jay-Z and say
Wayne can sit there and do mainstream Wayne, and then we can turn around and just do mixtape Wayne if we wanted to.
I think mixtape Wayne is like the Shaq 2000 Shaq of hip hop. Like, you can't
to me, it's not fair. I'm not saying Jay wouldn't give him go.
Yeah,
but like, I don't think it'll be as close as Muggs think.
I think no. Here's the thing: it'll be the ultimate matchup because we'll never agree. We'll never agree. For Kid, 20 Jay-Z songs, he's gonna pick probably 12 Jay-Z songs to beat out 20 of Wayne songs. For me, I'm going the other direction.
Well, you know where we at.
It kind of depends though. You got to think about it like this. If you're talking for a kid that was born 95,
yeah,
realistically, when they really start listening to hip hop, Wayne was killing the sound waves, and Jay-Z was talking about I'm retiring.
Yeah.
You know, when the Black Album came out, the Black Album was supposed to be his last album. I think he didn't put out a project for like 3 years. That he put out Kingdom Come, which was a mediocre release for him. So like if you go that route, Wayne did something that was unprecedented. He put out a mixtape circuit, Dedication 1, 2. Dedication 2 to me is still one of the best mixtapes of all time. Play that thing straight through. No worries. And like he just captured the sound. And so for that block of time from like 2004 to really 2011, you can't say nothing but Lil Wayne. And then Drake kind of overlaps with that. And then Jay-Z drops Magna Carta and stuff like that after that, which I think is one of his best pieces of work too.
That's
like
a masterpiece.
You can't do anything but kind of compare, in my opinion, for the last 20 years, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and Drake. No one has captured a decade like Drake has captured a decade just because of how music is consumed now. I'm not saying he's a better artist. I'm just saying like he hit at the right time.
Drake
he at the right time with the wave. That's just, it just is what it is.
Leave.
Hey, no, he talking to McSeason. McSeason said Eminem would watch Wayne and Jay-Z. Hey, McSeason. Hey, there's no profile picture there, but I guarantee I know which race you are now.
Do me a favor. No, seriously, McSeason, do me one favor. Give me an Eminem classic that stands up to a Lil Wayne classic, song for song.
And Eminem, are you talking about album wise or
you talk about album or you talking about
song for song? Give me a Lil Wayne classic and give me an Eminem classic.
I couldn't go as deep with him. I could give you Marshall Mathers LP. I could give you some trash, but I couldn't go.
Marshall Mathers LP.
I probably couldn't go 20. I probably couldn't give you 20 that could stand, but I'm not. This is how you phrase it. Hey, look, it's all about how you phrase it. See, this is where I had beef with the old heads. This word right here, wash.
He can't wash him.
He can't wash him
on wax. He ain't go. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that because Eminem did wash Jay-Z on Renegade.
On Renegade, he washed Jay-Z.
Renegade, he cleaned up. I ain't gonna lie.
Renegade, he washed Jay-Z.
So hey, that's cool. But that's one song versus a body of work. I'm not saying that Eminem is not one of the best MCs to have ever, held a mic. Yeah. But I will say that he benefits from. He has a lot going in his favor. I'm not trying to pull the race card, but he does have a lot going in his favor.
I mean, you kind of have to. Like that's why Dre put him on, because he actually raps and he's got topics that like black folks can relate to, but also he's white. Like, hey, look, he grew up in 8 Mile. He was with black folks.
Like in a rapping contest, I wouldn't put Jay-Z in a straight bar for bar contest with Eminem. I would put more like a Lupe Fiasco.
Bar for bar. Well, nah, I don't think that's
just
true
because of the way he raps.
Everybody say bar for bar. You don't. Everybody know not to mess with him.
Hey, why the game? First off, what's going on with the game with the hair and beard combo now? I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah,
but why the game trying to come back tough? Yeah, I'm saying Game was the first person I heard where he was like, "You don't mess with the white boy." And then all of a sudden, Game is out here now on the Drink Champs podcast. What, I'm supposed to be scared of him? I could go at him and all. It was like, what you doing, Game? What you trying to?
Hey, I lost respect for Game when he did that.
Hey, so he having a midlife crisis,
and Kanye's supposed to be his guy. Like that, to me, that was so whack.
When he did what?
When he did that whack Kim Kardashian line talking about some, Kanye's my man, but he had Kim swallowing him for something, whatever it was mad disrespectful. Like stuff like that. I'm like, what? You just did that for the clicks, because like ain't no way you supposed to say that that's my man, but you disrespecting. And Kim was still his wife at the time. Yeah. Ain't no way you doing some corny stuff like that. Like Game is one of those big tough dudes. Don't nobody remember when he tried that stuff with Lil Durk. It ain't fly, but ain't fly the same way. Like I don't know something about him and his whole presence. I have to slap Game. I'll be honest with you. I have to slap. I may have to take an L, but on God,
I don't know if I go that far. I will give Game this. Game. Whenever people talk about like meeting Game or running up on Game is still doing very like, hey bro, you too rich for this activity type stuff.
Why are you here? I can't do.
Like Game said when Nip pulled up on him, he was just sitting. Or Nip said when he pulled up on Game to give him the mixtape and stuff like that, said Game was just sitting in the middle of the hood, rolling up a blunt with lean in the cup and the Glock on his lap. And I was just like, you too rich for this activity now, brother. We don't have to do this no more. Like, I get you want to be in the hood and kick it, and you don't want to get caught lacking, but like, you just sitting there doing nothing. Like, come on, brother. I guess ain't nothing that you got to remind yourself where you from.
I have a real Tekashi 6ix9ine opinion about that.
Hey, bro. Hey,
Everybody tough in their hood.
I'm rolling
Everybody
with.
tough in their city. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
everybody got somebody to do something, but there's a lot of real people in the ground. Like I don't like none of that stuff really
I'm
shake
rolling with
me.
real
I
security
just
out there, bro.
like
I ain't
you
even gonna
you
stunt
just
with
a
you.
moment away.
I
Like
ain't even gonna stunt with you. I'm rolling with real security out here. When we get man, anytime we have an event, bro, security. Because they kill, bro, when they kill mugs over stupid stuff.
dog, they killing people's mamas. I'm done.
Hey, listen,
I'm done.
you not finna, you not
How you shooting people's
He was
mamas and kids,
looking
bro?
at me weird.
how you who mama got shot?
Hmm?
Oh, it's a whole little story in Chicago.
Metro Boomin.
Oh, not even that one. It's in Chicago. They
Oh,
shooting at people's
it's
mamas
another
in
one.
stores.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Can't catch you. I'm gonna catch your mama at the grocery store. What?
Hey,
Come on, bro.
I'll tell you what, that's
What
why
that gotta do?
Charlemagne said yesterday, as yesterday or 2 days ago, he said, bro, we've reported so much terrible news today. Please just call me with some good news. All we've reported today is awful news, and all we've talked about today is awful news. Please just call me with some good
Yeah.
news. It really is getting to that point where it's like, bro, just tell me something that's worth talking about at this
Y'all
point.
listen to that Joel Santana Drink Champs interview?
I thought you was finna say album. I was finna say no so quick, bro.
For one, it's a 3-hour thing. You mad wild, bro. First off, Joel one of the most disrespected street like
Hey,
you talk about people who had impact and wave. It's if you over the age of 25 in this chat, you wanted to wear your bandana like Joel Santana. I ain't trying to hear nothing. You was in grammar school trying to be Joel's. I ain't trying to hear that. It was too when you talk about fly, you talk about the flyest people in hip hop. Early late 2000s.
You messed with New York heavy. I was always West Coast. I always wanted to have the Cube. Plus, I was a Sox fan. The Easy E, the Dre look. Yeah, I'm saying, well, you just out there. We just out there big kicking it.
That ain't fly.
Hey, neither is a Kango hat. LL Cool J.
Hey, listen, I never had a Kango, but I definitely had a pink coat. Don't even ask me why.
He got one right now. I bet it's in the closet. He don't even know.
What? A Kango?
A Kango.
I don't have a Kango. I never owned a Kango.
I could definitely see you rocking a Kango. I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna just buy one just because you said it. Now I gotta see how it look. I think
I feel like Kid would rock a Kango. Not right now, but later on down the line, he would rock a Kango.
Kid definitely looked like the type of dude to have a Kango, a toothpick, and some black Timbs.
Some what?
Whatever the outfit in the middle is,
and still be petty.
Kango is backwards. Kango is backwards. He got the toothpick in the mouth, some black Timbs. Kid will look at you, be like, "Let me tell y'all something."
Fam, don't make me bust out these Kango and velour suit, dog. I will bust out the Kango velour suit just for you. Oh God.
Kid turned old school. Hey, the beige Kango, exactly, Levante. When you hit him, let me tell you something, baby. You ain't nothing but a piece of cheese without the corners. In other words, you never be a slice.
You never be a slice. Oh God, I would. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro.
Hey, the one thing I never rock though, no matter how old I get, is I'm not rocking the Grill Man 3000 sandals. I'm never rocking them joints.
Hey,
dog, I'm never rocking the sandals for the grill. I'm never doing that joint. I'm gonna be the old dude who just wears all the young stuff because guess what?
For sure.
That to me is not fly.
You gotta stay. Stay in shape though.
But you know what though? I feel like that's like a trickle down thing. Like that. Like that's a right. Like you get up there. Like you gotta.
Nah, see,
hey, come over to the crib. We on the grill.
Nah, this is my problem with it. Because I grew up, I'm mixed. So like my dad would just like buy the shoes that they regularly wore. White folks wear them normally. Like that's a regular sandal outside. Bro, they not comfortable.
It's not.
It's not comfortable.
It's not, B. I'm sorry.
First of all,
I don't want to be out there. Only time I'm wearing sandals like that is when I'm on a boat. Don't get me wrong. I'm not doing that.
I'm not wearing them sandals on a boat. I'll dry off my Nike flops. Like, they not comfortable.
No, Yada tire is different. Yacht attire is different, but I feel like some of these old school dudes be wearing yacht attire to grill, and you can't do that. Take the yacht shoes off, put some real shoes on, and just grill the meat, dog. What are we doing? Like you can't do that.
Boat shoes on the yacht, bro. This show has gotten off the rails. I love it though. I ain't gonna lie to you. He said, "Kid, leave the membrane on his ribs."
Nah, you know what kid do? I pay somebody to grill better
Pay
than me.
somebody to cook the ribs, right? Kid show up to every barbecue. There he is.
Hey, when you say we barbecuing, what's the first thing to say? How much you need me to bring?
How much you need me?
I'm gonna bring whatever you need me to bring. Because guess what? I'm not gonna be doing barbecuing. That's your job. That's what you wanted to do. Have at it, my boy. I support your endeavor. Just make sure the food is good.
Hey, make sure the food is good. That's all that matter, man. Hey, man, if y'all enjoying this content, I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Hey, Pat, you want a barbecue? Two things you're gonna get. You're gonna get a well-made drink. I bring whatever liquor you want. Go ahead, throw that. Go ahead, say the word. You got a drink.
Hey, oh yeah, we did. Hey, relax, Ringo. Hey, we had Ringo lit the other day, boy. We had Ringo lit the other day.
Hey,
Ringo be drinking.
Hey, Ken,
Ringo don't never drink when I'm with him.
I didn't know it was like that.
Ringo don't drink when. Nah, Ringo's drank with us.
Ringo ain't never drunk.
I drink with y'all.
Ringo drank with us for the game.
Dog, Ringo did not have anything but Gatorade.
What?
You didn't drink nothing but Gatorade. I'm sitting right next to you. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm watching you not drink.
Wasn't we all drinking for the Bears game, the playoff game?
No, he wasn't drinking.
Bro, yes, we did.
Okay, we drunk. Me and Pat drunk. You sat there just like, I'm cool. I'm gonna have this. I think you had like a Sprite or something.
No. I have gotten lit with Pat multiple times. Other people, but you know, we don't. I only seen you like he's only been around.
Hey, that's a heck of a call, Kevin. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Twice.
Hey, Kevin, you kind of spot on, man.
Hey, that's kind of spot on. That's a heck of a call. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to you.
Pat is 28.
I'm 20. I'll be 28 in July.
So Pat's 28.
Ringo 26.
I know. Yeah, that's a fact.
It's pretty.
Hey, listen, on. I'm not embarrassed about telling people how old I am. I don't care. I'm gonna be fly for the rest of my life. Hey, once I get to 35, I'm 35 for the rest of my life.
I will say this. You gotta to wear the young clothes and be older. You gotta stay in decent shape. Because some of these mugs be out here looking like Eggman.
And that's always.
I want to travel every year, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see myself going to the DR and being a fat dude on the beach. I don't know why that just don't look good to me.
Well, it
I'm
don't.
there with my wife, and then all of a sudden some muscular DR dude walk by. Nah, we ain't finna have that. We ain't finna have them type of situations. Now I'm secure in mine, but for some odd reason, I just don't feel comfortable in that one. Like that just don't ride with me. Like I don't want to be the odd man out on the beach. I just don't.
Yeah. I'm not a beach guy though, so it don't.
I mean, I don't.
I know too much about.
Cases, but
no, I know too much. I know too much. Hey, relax. I know too much about what's going on out there, bro. We went and swam in the ocean. Maya, like, isn't this fun? I'm like, till a jellyfish come up and get us. I got to get up out of here, man. I'm not messing with it.
Oh, you watch way too much National
Bro,
Geographic.
I know too much, bro. I know too much.
Dog, hey, Pat be the person that will sit there and overanalyze anything in nature. Don't go in the woods. You see all that poison oak and ivy?
Nah, see, I'm not good with that. I don't know what plants be looking like. I know what weed look like. That's about it. But the one thing,
he definitely will tell you about an animal or two, though.
Bro, this the thing. Mugs be thinking I'm joking on that. We went to the mountains in Tennessee. And yeah, 100%. 100%. Hey, that's a funny one. Pat didn't educated himself out of fun, 100%.
Oh, man, it's for your own good, boy.
Hey, we went to the mountains in Tennessee. We checked in. I told everybody, when you put your shoes down, and listen, it's all good advice. I said, listen, before you put your foot in them shoes, make sure you shake them out. It's a lot of snakes and brown recluse spiders out here. Everybody laughed. I was like, I'm dead serious. Child, like, don't get bit, and then I gotta run you to a hospital, and we in the mountains, and ain't no cell service. So now you die in the car because you didn't want to check before you put your foot in that mug. I'm not playing with mugs. Hey, man, stop playing with it. Animals will kill you. Hey, y'all seen that orangutan yesterday? Y'all seen that orangutan yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Animals will kill you. We don't stand a chance.
Hey,
keep playing if you want to.
Keep playing if you want to.
stayed
We
in
don't
the
stand a
cabin.
chance.
And
Hey, that's why that movie Prey is so accurate now.
I do want to see that mug. I ain't
I
gonna lie.
gotta see that. I gotta see that joint. We stayed in the cabin in Tennessee, and it's my first time staying in a cabin like that. I liked it. I definitely would go back. But for some odd reason, we putting the food up, and one of the guys noticed that there's a bug behind the refrigerator. It's a cabin. Of course, it's gonna be a bug or two. I mean, our card already knew that, right? Well, he moves the refrigerator. It wasn't just one or two bugs.
Oh no, he set out the you dig.
He had the swarm come out, and I'm like, I'd rather it not known, to be honest with you. I'd rather just enjoy my 2-3 days. They be in their little cut. I'm in my little cut. The food was gonna get grilled anyway. Like, I'd rather not known than to come back and see. So they had the exterminator come out, whatever like that. I'm talking about this. It's bugs. I mean, thick roaches. They like water bugs. It's a specific type of bug for the environment, and you can't really do nothing about it. You could do the best you can, but you can't do nothing about it. So it's not like it's a dirty place.
I'm not.
Dog, I'd rather him had just not moved.
I'm not scared.
I'd rather him had just killed the one and let me be ignorant for 3 days.
Bro, I'm not scared of bugs, but when you see,
dog, I was on 10 the rest of the day, dog. I'm not gonna lie. When I see a bug, I itch until I know that the problem is solved. But you're in a situation where the problem can't be solved.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you killing 30 of them sounds good. But they came from somewhere.
I ain't gonna lie. Have y'all ever like you been hungry and then seen something like when you was going to get food and then just like, nah, I'm not hungry no more?
I'm not hungry no more. You go ahead and have
like hey, I'm not gonna lie. We had went somewhere. I forgot where it was. I think we was spending the night.
No.
Somebody was like, yo, go in the fridge.
Pat White.
So I'm sitting there, bro. I'm going through the fridge, bro, and then I seen something scurry across the floor. I closed the fridge, went right back in the room, sat down.
Oh, I thought you was talking about like seeing something on TV. You talking about like see something in real life movie.
No, I'm talking about in somebody's crib. I closed the fridge, went back in the room, sat down. You cool? I'm straight.
Hey, look. I'm white. Meanwhile, Ringo opening other people's refrigerators. I would never.
Nah.
Hey, you know dang well you don't go in there somebody else's fridge. You went and look for problems. That's what that is. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. I can't even say we just talking Chicago sports at this point. We got on this mug chopping it up. We do got some sports
because we don't want to give you all that ESPN treatment where we talk about LeBron 15,000 times.
Man, hey, dog. The best thing I seen is somebody took a picture of Shannon and Shannon and whatchamacallit and said they said professional D writers. They talk about LeBron James on 78% of their topics.
I do not want to be known for speaking about another man more than that man's wife does publicly.
Hey, I will say this about Brian. We can all hate the player, but we cannot hate the man. Yesterday he announced that he is going to be building, what was it? I got
a medical center or
a medical center or something like that. Yeah, a medical facility. That man absolutely is a Brian. The LeBron James Family Foundation announces it will build a multi-million-dollar medical facility that will serve communities in Akron. That man gets the job done. I respect the mess out of him as a man. He gets the job done. Hey, look, you can do both. You can criticize the player and respect the man. I respect the man. I don't like all this basketball.
You know what the funny thing is? I don't have anything against LeBron the player. I have everything against the media that tries to push a narrative. But LeBron the player, there's nothing not to really like about him. Like you can't. But LeBron
the GM, like his GM and player just count as one.
Yeah, but even still, what did LeBron do that none of us would do if we had the power to?
Everybody's just mad because he made the decision. But if I'm losing and I got a chance to go to Miami to get a ring with D Wade, And
I
know
don't
I'm
care
If I'm
about
LeBron and I'm hooping and I'm like,
going.
yo, I ain't gonna get it done with this squad. I ain't saying that it's a week. Like here's the thing: Michael Jordan didn't have a choice but to stay in Chicago and hoop. Let's be real. He didn't have a choice. Kobe really didn't have a choice. And Kobe did try to get out of LA at one point. So let's not make it seem as if that was just that just didn't
they had
happen.
a choice. Why wouldn't he have a choice?
LeBron, I
Shaq
mean,
left.
Mike didn't have as much of a choice because the player empowerment and movement wasn't the same. Mike didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Mike signed a 10-year, $3 million deal. He was going, well, whatever it was a horrible deal considering. Oh, he was gonna play that deal out, and that was just what the mentality was in the day.
Oh, you saying because he
weren't
was on
getting
the
corn like
contract?
that.
Yeah, because he was
Yeah,
on
they
the
weren't getting
contract.
corn like that. And then hit the competitive nature, like, hey, I want to win here. This is different. The environment was different. Everything was different. But let's be honest. It ain't like Magic went to Philly or no, let's get another weaker team. Pick another weak team from. It ain't like Magic got drafted to some weak team, but Magic got drafted to the Lakers.
Yeah, but the difference is Jordan got drafted to a weak team.
Bird got drafted to the Celtics.
Yeah, but like, why would they leave?
Why would they leave? True, the team that was built around them and stuff like that. But let's be honest, they weren't in situations in which they had to force themselves out or
But
something like that.
They were in a different world too because there also was no free agency at that point.
No
Mike
free agency.
Mike had free agency.
But was he going anywhere?
No, because they were winning. Yeah, I'm saying like it was different for that in that situation. But I'll say right, like the thing for LeBron that gets me is like
Kobe didn't want to play for the Hornets, so he forced the trade to. Kobe didn't force any trade.
No,
Kobe didn't have the power to force
they were yeah, he had no power.
He had no power.
Kobe got drafted and Jerry West believed in him more than anybody.
And the Hornets didn't believe in the first. He's the first two guard out of high school. So
yeah. But the thing that you have to look at with with LeBron for me is that you can't even trust that you're gonna be there through the season. Yeah, I mean, like these are people's lives that like LeBron James completely changes. And I get like before that it was other people. And yeah, LeBron should have the power to at least have the say so. But like how he traded his whole team in Cleveland midway through the season, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like how he traded away the Lakers' future.
We never gonna see that again, especially in Cleveland.
He got a ring though. So here's the thing:
Lakers, he got a ring with.
You can make that move if you accomplish what you set out to accomplish. You traded away that roster to get a championship, and you got a championship.
Yeah.
So that's not an L. The L comes in when you don't retool and you get like the Russell Westbrook experiment with Frank Vogel. Not using his big man. Like Frank Vogel to me is really an issue. And a lot of people, ex-players have said it. That becomes more of an issue than anything else. But I don't like, will the Lakers regret having a competitive team for years down the line? I think so. But in hindsight is always 2020. But in the moment, you got a ring in a 2-year span of you trading away that roster. Why do you play? You play to put banners in the stadium. They put banners up there. They still got one of the marquee players. They still have two of the most talented players in the world. They still gonna fill seats as long as they're competitive. They really didn't lose.
I mean, you do.
Did y'all have a problem?
Now I disagree with him doing it. Don't get me wrong, but I also like try to think of it from the other end. Like they said,
listen, you got one for sure. You can't take away from anything with that, but like you definitely ahead and clean back to where you were when LeBron's gone.
Did y'all have a problem with the take yesterday?
With what take?
From Stephen A.
Stephen A explained himself. Everybody just cut that part out the tape. Yeah, I'm saying Stephen when he was talking about Russell Westbrook being at the press conference. And everybody sent that clip all the way around the world. Stephen A wasn't talking about Russell Westbrook. He was talking about he has a problem with the Lakers organization allowing Russ to be there because you haven't said that Russ is a part of your team. You've said emphatically that you don't want Russ to be a part of your team. Why is Russ at the press conference? Like everybody sent that clip around. Watch the full clip. I ain't even watched the show. I just said there's got to be more. It can't just be them cooking him. When you watch the full clip, literally JJ and CJ say, "Oh, so you talk about the Lakers, not Russ." And there's a resolution.
No, he cleaned it up. He cleaned it up, but
I mean, even so, like I agree with him if he's talking from a Lakers standpoint.
I didn't see no problem.
We have to also allow people that opportunity because
Bruh, and they did.
Yeah, like things have to go quickly for them, and they kind of express that in a different clip. And even here, like we'll say some things, and our intention could be something different.
Yeah.
And so we have to allow the grace to be like, hey, this is what my intention was when I said X, Y, Z. Right. And I don't think that's him walking it back. But I think
you know what? Shout out to JJ for saying like, hey, I don't want to get this misconstrued. Do you want
he said I wanna do you want to walk this back? Do you want to?
Like,
he's like, no. And when you let people explain what they mean, and see, this is the thing, right? CJ took it to a whole nother place it never needed to be. Everybody hyping up CJ. CJ took it to a trying to make Stephen A out to be the Uncle Tom. I don't like that. When CJ comes out and says, "Oh, Russell Westbrook's out here supporting this man, this black man that's finally being put in a position," Stephen A wasn't taking it there. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. And listen, I'm fine with holding people accountable and calling people out on bad takes, calling people out on not doing their job right. And I think that Stephen A has gotten away with a lot of stuff because there hasn't been as many players on there. That I will say this, that's probably why the reason Stephen A and JJ the reason that CJ and JJ are on the show is because Stephen A want them there. If Stephen A didn't want them there, they wouldn't be on the show. You know who you don't see on the show no more? Where Mad Dog at?
Mad Dog.
Oh yeah, Mad Dog was done.
Where Mad Dog at?
Mad Dog on Wednesdays, but I think they're trying to push him out.
Mad Dog was there. Mad Dog was there every day for like a week and a half.
Comment about a very sus and highly racial comment on national TV before people say, "Yeah, we done."
Yeah, I mean,
and Stephen A had to do so much. He had to clean up for him so much. And he did it in a very graceful way, talking about the era he's from and stuff like that. Yeah. But all of that led back to, so it was a very racial comment still. Yeah. He's not going to be on as much. But Mad Dog is still one of the highest paid commentators.
Oh yeah, he's killing the radio.
Oh well, yeah. Mad Dog he got his own show.
Yeah,
MLB. Here's
the thing. Mad Dog is knowledgeable. Mad Dog just is old.
He an old head, bro.
He's stuck in his era. He really he feels like this is the thing. There's a new era now that nobody talks about. The new era of sports is eras. Like you have to understand certain sports have to have eras. The NBA can't be compared because of how different the game is. You can't. And the old heads can't figure that out because back then, right? Because all you were comparing Jordan to was Dr. J, Magic, all dudes that you still could see. When you get the Bron, when you get the Kobe, they gone already. I can't compare. You can kind of compare Kobe a little bit because you saw it a little bit, but you can't compare Bron to what Jordan did. That's a totally different NBA. I love how Draymond. I will say this. I love Draymond coming out and going at Buddy on the what was that?
So you have to be more skilled today.
He said you have to be more skilled today, and he was like, "Yeah, I probably would have got knocked down by some of them dudes back then, just like they knocked you down." Hey, bro, it was a heck of a take. I was like, you know what? He's got a point. He was knocking mugs out. But nah, I don't know, man. Everybody.
There are stars who are always transcend generations. I think Mike is that. Kobe's that.
Yeah.
You can name a handful of other people. I think respectfully, I think Allen Iverson can play in any era just because of his mentality. I'm not saying he's going to be as effective.
90s technically.
Huh?
When did AI get drafted?
Mid 90s, 96,
right?
96,
97,
baby.
96.
96. Yeah.
Like I believe that he can play in any era. There's always going to be that great. But you realize that out of 4,000, how many people have played? Like 4,000 people play in the league.
5,000.
4 or 5,000. We're talking about 50 people.
Yeah.
Y'all realize that the conversation really only surrounds
75.
50 people or 75.
Hey, right. Hey, right. No, here's the thing. 50, and that last 25 was suspect.
We're not even talking about. We're talking about less than 2% of all the people who've ever played the sport professionally.
Yeah.
That's where all of our debates and conversation really lie.
Yeah.
2%.
Do you ever think about like how crazy that is? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going through high school, you going through college, and then it's like, okay, like I might have a chance to make the NBA, or I might not. And then it's like, okay, I get to the NBA, I am decent, but then it's like that 2% that kid is talking about is like the only 2% we actually talk about, unless you like legitimately thrived in your role.
Because everybody else is replaceable.
Like that is like legitimately wild to me. Like, you was on the court with me at this time when I was playing, but you still couldn't lace my boots.
You know what is
everybody else is replaceable.
Think about what we're trying to do here. The success that we want in this space will put us in the top 2% of content creators.
Yeah,
right.
Think about that. Now, what's the difference between where we are now and where we want to be? Work ethic and time.
Yeah.
And that's for anybody. Anybody on this chat, whatever you're doing, if you're a mechanic, right? What's the difference between you where you are versus you being the high-end mechanic at Mercedes or Lamborghini, whatever the upper echelon of mechanics or mechanical engineer, whatever that would be? What's the difference between you and that?
Yeah.
Work ethic and time.
That's all it is. And the time gonna pass anyway, so you just got to work hard during it.
And I guess what? I don't work nearly as hard as Pat on this. I can't for very obvious reasons because I'm at work right now.
You lazy son of a no. I'm just playing.
I'm working while at work. See, this is I like this. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this
finagle. Trying to make it so.
Hey man, before we get
up
out of here, man, let's get a quick question of the day. And we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. Question of the day is brought to you by nobody. What we got? Here we go. Sis on the chat. Who is Deja? Shout out to Auntie Deja. Says, who are some of the players you would like to see the Bulls go after in the offseason, if there are any?
Everybody. Everybody. I'm taking a flyer on everybody.
Everybody.
All right, let me preface this by saying this. What are the parameters? Is Zach on my team or is it or we have to
say Zach's on the team? Say Zach's on the team.
Say Zach's on the team. So we signed Zach to a max. If we sign Zach to a max, I'm trying to find a way to get Jeremy Grant. I'm still gonna always be a Jacopoto dude. I like Jacopoto. I want somebody who can give me consistent scoring at the 3-4 position, and I want somebody to help Vooch on rebounds. That's what I want, right? Mm-hmm. So it doesn't have to be Jeremy Grant per se, but just because I'm on the spot, I can't think of it right. Whatever, that type of person. If he's not on my team, if we don't sign Zach, I want Rudy Gobert. I want to find a way to get Deandre Ayton here. Because Deandre Ayton wants the money. I think he deserves the money.
I don't know if he's $30 million a year, bro.
He's definitely
$30 million a year.
I would put him
$30 million a year.
He's
gonna get $30 million a year. I don't know if I would give him $30 million a year.
He's definitely
AK is not one of those fools I was talking about.
I don't think he liked his situation in Phoenix.
I agree with that.
And I think they didn't play through him enough.
I got a question though. What's not to like? Like, what am I missing?
What's not to like about who?
Just because you're on a good team don't mean that you like being there.
You got Chris Paul, you got D-Book. Like
your utilization
is what?
Your utilization.
Yeah, he went from being the second option to being the third option, sometimes the fourth option.
Yeah, he's and you
But he
got to
still
think.
got 17 out of it, right? Like, but he's
Yeah,
23.
but it's also like you got to think about it like this.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to play for his contract.
Yeah.
He wants the opportunity to show what he can do. And I kind of respect that. Now, is it a somewhat of an immature way of going about it because you want to play to think of team success? Yeah. But if D Book just got paid and I know I'm cold, give me the opportunity to show you I'm cold because Chris Paul
I'll say
37.
this. You know what gets you paid?
He had a couple
Winning.
9-6 games in that
Winning
mug.
does get you paid.
What gets you paid is winning. If you wanted to really get that, because now you're going out there, you're not going to get the same contract from another team. Now you're going out there and you want to start all over with another team and start all over with new chemistry. Whereas if you were playing at the level of player that we want to pay you as that max player, y'all probably win versus Dallas. You're probably in the Western Conference Finals. I don't know if you beat the Golden State Warriors, but
You see
winning
how
is
Ayo
what gets
hooped
you.
with Vooch, getting him to
Hey,
rock?
I agree, but you know what
I
brings
would love to see Ayo with a more athletic, dynamic big.
agreed, but you know what brings the questions in? You put up 5 points against Maxi Kleber. Winning changes all of that.
Dwight Powell.
But so
Dwight
here's the
Powell,
thing.
they 6'8".
Here's the reason why
That
I
was
He's
a good
say.
time.
6'11", 250.
But if you think about it, though, we know that he's not 40 mil a year. We can agree with that.
I agree on that. Yeah.
But we
I
know
don't
that
think
he's at
he's
least
30.
30 mil a year. We can agree to that.
I don't think he's
Guess
30.
what that
He's
guess
not
what that
30.
kind of gives me?
I think
That gives me room
there's
for
a,
another
there's
player.
a difference. There's a difference. I don't think he's worth 30 mil a year. I do think he will get 30 mil a year.
A fool is born once a day.
I think Detroit would pay him that. I think Dallas would pay him that. I think
I
Dallas
think
really
the
wants
Bulls
him.
should pay him that. Like, let's be honest.
No.
I
What
is your reasoning behind it? I'm just curious.
No, my reasoning behind it is because like he's not aggressive enough for me to do that. Like if my matchup is 6'7" Dwight Powell, 6'8" Davis Bertans, and 6'8" Maxi Kleber, and I'm supposed to be getting 20, just rolling to the basket by myself.
17-10 off 63% shooting as the third, sometimes fourth option.
And I get that, but
I got a more athletic and younger version of Vooch.
And his
yeah, but the thing is, his season.
Internal. I would rather have Rudy. If I'm re-signing Zach, I would rather have Rudy with IO.
You got to think about it like this. I got Ayton in the 30-35 mil range.
Okay.
You got Rudy, who does a little more. He does a little more on the boards. He gives you less in points. He gives you more in blocks and defense. I give you that. But he's also $15 to nearly $17 million more per year.
Do you not think he's worth that?
Do you not know that we have more than one issue that we need to fill, and that's what that $15 to $17 million is going to cover? That's what I'm thinking about that from a legit. Like I'm taking like if I can't get Zach at what he wants,
I get you.
$40+ million
I'm looking
a
at
year.
it from the standpoint of
I could get two players for that money.
It's the same. It's the same way I look at it with the Bears, right? If Justin and them improve, like everybody's gonna come. The Bulls will be able to find a shooter. I'm just of the mindset that if you add a Rudy with an Ayo and a P. Will and a Caruso, that improves them, and they're going to find the shooters. And now you have Alonzo that's coming back. All these pieces are going to make it better for them to get to that ECF, make that ECF run and do the things that they want to do. I can't say that for me. Ayton technically moves the needle.
Ayton reminds me of
with this team. I'm sorry.
Ayton reminds me of Klay Thompson, or not Klay Thompson. Ayton reminds me of Cat. Inconsistent, puts up high highs. His lows are very low.
But you're doing a lot of talking.
And he can.
I would say this.
He can disappear in a game that you absolutely need him in.
If we're putting them on the same plane, DeAndre Ayton didn't do as much talking and gave you arguably a better showing
in the playoffs.
Arguably, he gave you a better showing in the playoffs.
He literally didn't show up in 2 games where he had to be the guy.
What 2 games were those?
And then one
both games versus Dallas. One where One where Chris Paul wasn't there, and then in Game 7 where he literally just didn't. I mean, he got benched.
Game 7, he played 17 minutes. He took 5 shots
because he got benched.
He got benched.
He got benched. Okay. The game before, he gave you on 16 shots. He gave you 10 of 16, 11 rebounds.
I'm not saying that he can't play altogether, but when
he's taking third option shots and he's hitting them at 63%.
Bro, it's like
do y'all realize what we're talking about?
I get what you're saying, but we can't act like he don't disappear.
Yeah, but it's also about utilization, though.
He was the second option in a lot of them games. He was the option they needed to step up.
Hey, Pat, do me a favor. Just pull up his last 10 games.
I got him already up.
Pull up his last 10 games. Besides the game he got benched, which I think is a Monty issue. Besides the fact that, guess what? They got blown out the gate. You got a lot more going wrong than Deandre Ayton getting blown out by 30 by halftime. That's a big deal. That's that's an anomaly that you can't account for. Deandre Ayton does not solve that the way that Dallas was hooping. They got ran out the gym.
He do if you slow him down in the paint a little bit.
He can't stick 1 through 5.
He can stick the dudes that's coming in the paint.
Yeah, but he can't stick Luka Doncic shooting 6 threes in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's tough.
Come on, dog. Like, let's be real. He can't stop. But the game before, he gave you 21 points as a third option. The game before that, he gave you 20 points as a third option.
But see, here's the thing as well. We talking about him as a third option. He really, because if Chris Paul was hurt, like we heard that he was, I have no reason to doubt him except Pat Bev saying somebody gonna come up hurt.
He played less minutes per game, marginally. Not it's not like a big dip, but he played technically less minutes per game and gave you more production than he did the year previously. I'm looking at a player who needs a different space and opportunity to kind of show what he wants to show.
I agree that he could. I agree that he could become that. But like when you look at his game by games, which is something that I'm big into, you'll have a stretch where he's putting up 20 plus, and then you'll have a stretch where he's putting up 14 points a game.
Man, that sounds a lot like Vooch.
Yeah, but at least Vooch is on the consistent side, giving me 10 plus rebounds.
What is he average? 10 plus rebounds. What are we talking about?
Mm-hmm. And then
you look 10 rebounds.
And then you look at the game by game, and you see a lot of 4, 5.
Okay.
6.
Look at the 4. He played 17 minutes, gave you 4 boards.
You're looking at just the playoffs. I'm looking at the season. I need this dude the whole season.
Let's do the game by game.
And also, how you got this much love for this dude, but like P. Will is packing his bags?
Because P. Will doesn't give me 17-10 on 63% shooting. P. Will will give me 5 and 4 on 1 of 2.
P. Will gave
you. I've sat there and watched P. Will
gave you 35 on.
P. Will gave me 1 35-point game. You know who also gave me a flurry of 35-point games? I can't wait till he leaves? I just opened yourself up for it.
Look. I just love the love that you give for other dudes.
No,
that
it's
are
not
mad
the love.
inconsistent around the league.
Talent in areas. I can see talent being stifled versus I can see talent that's just not there yet. And P. Will has not shown you on any level of consistency that he can be a 17-point a game player. If he has, give me the tape. P. Will has never shown you to be a 17-point a game player. He has not even shown you to be a 10 rebound a game player, even when he played the whole season.
I think he'll put it
double-digit rebounds.
He's showing you flashes. I believe that he's been in the gym with DeMar.
Oh, guess what? He said Pat is 20 years old. Go back to when Deandre Ayton was 20 years old and tell me what his averages and splits were. Tell me, go back to when he got first drafted and tell me what his averages and splits were.
I was gonna say DeAndre Ayton was never in the NBA at 20 years old, was he? How long he been in the league?
He got drafted at 20.
This is year 3. He was 21.
He got drafted at 20.
He was 21. His birthday is in July.
Dog, 2018, 2019, they say he was 20. I don't care. It says it right here.
Oh, okay.
And guess what? His rookie season, he gave me 16 and 10.
Hey, listen.
If you don't prove it to me this year,
that wasn't the first.
I gotta get off of it.
It's a 4th pick. It was a 4th pick. Yeah.
1 through 5. You're supposed to be the guy.
Hey,
I'm not saying that Patrick Williams can't be or won't be. I'm saying he hasn't shown you that, and he had starter minutes for a while, and he didn't give you that consistency. Now that could be system, that could be a lot of different things. They play a different position. I get all of that, but what I'm saying is like I don't have more love for DeAndre Ayton. I'm just saying he's shown me more to make an intelligent argument with.
Yeah,
Patrick
but
Williams
he's
has not shown me that.
He's also shown you. He's also shown you inconsistencies. DeAndre Ayton has absolutely been an inconsistent player up and down all season. Mm-hmm. He's always been up and down.
Chris Mid.
He's always been up and down.
Did you say Chris Mid?
Chris Mid.
Chris Mid, okay.
Chris Mid.
He's always been up and down. Yeah, I'm saying like he'll have a stretch where he'll give you 20 points a game. And he'll absolutely have a stretch where he'll give you 14 and 5. Yeah, I mean, like you need more out of it. And I'm not saying that DeAndre Ayton is not a good player. I'm not saying that we can't use him. I'm just saying that I don't agree that he is worth $30 million just because he's 23 years old and he has the potential to be this. What has he shown me? 17 and 11 is good if you can give me that every single night. The reason people don't want Rudy Gobert right now is because Rudy Gobert is 15 and 13, and he can't give it to you every single night. Again, I think that situation is messed up on Gobert.
He just not getting the ball. But I'm gonna say this: I'll pay DeAndre Ayton 18, and I'm sitting on that.
You capping because he's worth more than $18 million.
I'd give him $20 million a year.
He's worth more than 20.
I give him $20 million.
Vooch gets paid $25 million a year.
And that's exactly who I would pay him like.
I would pay him more than Vooch because he has a bigger upside and he's just as talented.
Yeah, and when Vooch got paid, Vooch still had upside. Vooch got paid 4 years ago.
Put this into perspective. I saw another comment. Like,
okay,
Patrick Williams. I don't know who said. I saw Patrick Williams wouldn't have averaged 20 rebounds. Cole Anthony averaged just as many rebounds his rookie season as Patrick Williams. Cole Anthony is my height.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you on P. Will rebounding, but P. Will's also a 3 and not a 4. If
Cole Anthony's a point guard.
If a 3 gives me 5 rebounds, why am I upset about that?
That's a win.
If a 3 gives you 5 rebounds,
if a small forward gives you 5 rebounds, why are we upset about that?
No,
Jeremy Grant is actually averaging
a small forward should give you how many rebounds a game?
A small forward, I think the statistic for small forwards is 6 to 8. I could be drastically wrong.
So his rookie year he gave you one less than the average. He averaged 9 and 5. 9.2 and 5. Actually.
By the way, Jeremy Grant is giving me 4 rebounds a game.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant. That was a weird conversation when everybody was like, "We need Jeremy Grant for rebounding." I was like,
4 rebounds a game. How many points does he give me a game?
18.
22.
Does he take that open shot?
19.
Does he take the open shot when he has it?
Yeah, but the defense showed you when he came back and wasn't injured that he was doing that as well.
Follow me, baby. Just 2 questions. Does he keep the defense honest?
Yeah.
Does he take the open shot when he has it?
Yeah.
Aren't both of those issues the same issue that we had with P. Will? Doesn't keep the defense honest. Doesn't take the open shot.
Also showed you. Yes. No. You're absolutely right.
So how many times did we call the game and we're like, "Hey, he has to take that shot because if he doesn't, it's like playing 4-on-5."
That's a fact. That's a fact. But situational opportunity when he's came back, he's been taking those open shots. He's been grabbing those rebounds. Now, flip side to that is
he's got to do it for a season. But yeah, I'm more worried about health with P. Will than anything.
DeMar has already said he's going to take him and put him in the gym.
Yeah, I'm not. That's why right there.
All signs point towards him.
DeMar DeRozan working with him. Why I ain't worried about mentality?
Yeah.
Hey, look. If he takes 20% of DeMar DeRozan's mentality, that boy gonna be jacking up threes. Hey, you gonna be like, stop shooting.
Everything points to him coming back and being exponentially better than he was those first 2 years. I'm just saying let's wait and see. Now halfway through the season, if it's not that, I'll give it to you. We was wrong. I'll tell you that. But right now,
This is what makes our
Can't do it.
dynamic so great, because this all circles back to what the topic of the whole live was. Is he untouchable? In my
Yes.
opinion, no, he's not
not
untouchable. In fact,
but I wouldn't trade him. I wouldn't trade him for none of the players that you would.
I absolutely would trade him for Deandre Ayton. I would include him.
Oh, that's different. I would trade him.
I would include Patrick Williams and Vooch for Deandre Ayton.
I would trade him for Deandre Ayton because Deandre.
I would get rid of P. Will and Vooch so fast you make your head spin.
I would get rid of him for DeAndre Ayton because I'm getting the same. I have the same issue. I have the same issue. DeAndre Ayton, I don't. DeAndre Ayton is an unknown in year 4, like P. Will is in year 2.
Say that one more time.
DeAndre Ayton's an unknown in year 4, like P. Will is in year 2.
There's nothing unknown about 17 and 10.
There is when I'm relying on that 17 and 10, and you come into the game and you give me 8 and 4, and you're the biggest dude on the court.
I can't kill DeAndre Ayton when he's technically having the same issues as Rudy Gobert, and you made a whole video saying that Rudy Gobert in a different situation could give you more output.
DeAndre
Ayton in a different situation, I believe, could give you more output.
DeAndre Ayton averages 12 shots a game. Averages 12 shots a game. He absolutely takes 10 shots a game more time. Rudy Gobert took 10 shots a game 19 times this season. In 82 games, he took 10 or more shots.
Okay. So in how many games did he average 9?
And how many games did he average 9 shots? 6.
How many games did he average 8?
Not many. There's a big drop off between.
So
there's a big drop off between 9 and 10 and 4. Rudy Gobert is a completely different situation than Ayton. Ayton's getting his shots up.
Ayton is getting his shots at 63%. Your math ain't mathing, baby.
What you mean?
If you say he's getting 12 shots a game, but he's hitting 63% of his shots.
Yes.
There's nothing to kill about that. That man is hooping. That man is getting you good production. He's getting you boards. And guess what?
So then,
where is he at the free throw line?
I don't know, probably. Oh no, that's not it. 74%. He ain't bad. I thought it said 18%. I was about to be like, nah, fire him.
Dog, I'm going to be honest with you. That is worth giving $30 million a year simply because there's nothing but signs that clearly say this player will give me more if given the opportunity, and he's young. I have a definitive double-double at 23. That's really hard to freaking get. Consistently. He's been a double-double since he got drafted. That's different.
Hey, listen, I didn't say he sucked. I just said I wouldn't pay him $30 million a year. I wouldn't pay Chris Middleton $30 million a year.
Bull sports.
Chris Middleton averaged 20
double-double, but Vooch is also 12 years older.
And no, 10. How old is he?
He's
10 years older.
11 years older.
11, something like that. But
even 11 years older on the decline versus
and makes
11 years younger on the ascension. You have to think from an organizational view.
But
$30 million a year is not a lot of money for that. When you're going to get the same production and more upside, you can't sit there and twist your nose at that.
When Vooch got $20 million a year, Vooch was 27.
Oh, he couldn't have been 27 when he got
that. 5 years.
That would be 7 years ago.
27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, so when he got it, he was 20.
Did you really count on your hands back?
Hey, sometimes that math don't be math.
I could be wrong. I think he's older than me. He's 2-3 years older than me. He's 34.
Let's see. Vooch is right now. I know he's older than DeMar. Vooch is 31.
Vooch is 31.
Vooch is 31. That's what I thought.
So 9 years older. No, 8 years older. Same.
And when Vooch got his contract, he was 27, 28 years old.
What? I get it. So 4 years ago,
it's not a small deal.
4 years ago was a sizable contract. We have more money available and stuff like that. Guess what? Pay that man his money.
Nah, you just now getting back to that. You just now getting back because remember it took a step back money wise. We should be well ahead. Like if no COVID happens, 30 million is probably no money right now because you'd have dudes on $50 million contracts, which Kyrie might be the first to get.
I don't see.
This is my thing. As bad as Vooch is, right? Vooch he made 28 million in that 2020 season. That's crazy. Man, Vooch, get your money, brother.
Yeah, it's not an even. He gets 100.
No, it don't break down even.
It ain't breaking down.
I think his contract is going backwards. I think he got it front loaded. Yeah, he only getting 24 mil right now. But when I look at Vooch, right? Vooch agreeably was up and down this season. But his down was still 15 and 11. That's still consistency to me. You had a horrible night. What'd you give me? 15 and 11.
The Vooch averaged 17 and 10 this season on 3 to 4 more shots and a worse field goal percentage. We talking apples and oranges now, baby.
But we didn't.
We talking apples and oranges.
But we didn't sign Vooch.
What do you mean?
We didn't give Vooch that contract.
No,
Orlando gave Vooch that contract.
But it doesn't matter who gave him the contract. We thought it was a good value and traded for him, and so now we have to pay it. It don't matter who gave it to him because we don't have to make the trade to take on that contract. You can't use that logic there. We still accepted the money or the debt that comes with having that asset.
No, 100%.
So because of that, it doesn't matter who gave it to him. We were the fools or the kings that accepted it. We said he's worth that money. We're going to trade assets to get it. We're going to pay that man his money. Doesn't matter who gave him the contract.
Yeah, but
none of that matters.
But at the same time, we can't structure the terms of the contract.
None of that matters. It doesn't matter what the terms were. We agreed to take the contract on.
Yeah, but when you can structure the terms of the contract, I would structure it differently.
But you can't. So you have to take it as is. And we said we will take it as is. I hate to use this analogy, but it's like buying a car. You know what the car can do. You know what it is. You know that you should inspect it for its issues and flaws before you purchase it. But when you purchase it and you got those terms, that's your deal. You accepted it. You signed it. That's your problem.
Right.
So none of that stuff matters. You want to trade it in? Guess what? You do the same thing for the next vehicle. It doesn't matter what it is.
Using your analogy, if I'm looking to go get a new car that I want to do the same thing and it don't start every time, why would I pay more?
Okay. So here's the using that analogy. It's like going to get a newer model of the same vehicle that will give me longevity so I don't have to worry about major issues down the line. I'm a car guy. You know I'm gonna get this one.
I mean, listen, but if it don't crank every morning, that's still a problem.
17 and 10 in today's league is cranking every morning.
You're looking at averages. Go to the game by game.
You're looking at the same averages for Vooch. Go to the game by game. We called it. We watched it.
And look on the game by games when he was bad. What did Vooch give you?
Vooch is
still a double-double.
Hey, Vooch has given me some bad games.
Bad games.
Vooch has given me some games that are not double-doubles.
Which ones?
In fact, because here's why that is not a very disingenuous argument.
Our whole thing of defending Vooch was, yes, he is playing bad. I can agree with that. But he's still going out and giving me.
Vooch will play bad off of 22 shots. You're comparing Ayton, who doesn't have that same opportunity. We've seen Vooch take more shots than Zach LaVine in several games. Deandre Ayton does not have that same opportunity.
We just not taking into account why though?
Why does it matter?
Because Zach LaVine was hurt.
Why does let's get this clear.
Why doesn't matter?
The contract
all right, Matt Nagy.
It doesn't matter because guess what? When you're given an opportunity, what do you do with it?
Vooch took 15 shots a game.
A player who had the opportunity to do more, fumbled it. He shot horrible at times. Large stretches, he shot horrible. This whole chat said trade Vooch. versus a player who doesn't have those same opportunities, what happens? You can't do that. You can't. That's not an apples to apples conversation.
Listen, I'm just looking at how many shots Vooch would take and what he would give. Vooch would still be taking 15 shots a game. Now, there are some games where he took 20 plus shots a game. But in those games, why was he taking 20 plus shots? Like in the playoffs, why was he taking so many shots? Because he was the only player that they weren't guarding. Because he was out open at the three. Him and Kobe White. They was guarding DeMar. They was guarding Zach. You know, we can't just say, oh, well, he didn't do this on this many shots. There's a reason he took that many shots. The defensive game plan dictated him taking that many shots. And as much as we hate it, that's what we brought Vooch here to do.
But that's also the same argument you can use in favor of Deandre Ayton.
The argument
like, you do realize that there's a reason why certain things happen. Like I'm seeing for some odd reason everyone's talking about these 2 points in the game 7 and stuff like that. Like LeBron James is definitely worth every bit of the money you paid him. I got him with 8 points.
He got a no, it was 4, wasn't it?
I got him with 8 points in the finals. I got him with 6 points in the finals. Like, come on now, dog, please shut up. Like you can't take 1, even 2 bad games and denigrate someone's entire career. That's just not how white life works. That's like you literally having 2 small mistakes at work and you get fired despite the fact that you've been a consistent and steady Eddie employee. You can't do that. It doesn't make sense. Does it happen? Sure, it happens. But should it happen? No. No one with a brain was going to sit there and equate the two. So like, stop. Let's stop it with the whole, he quit on his team and stuff like that. There's a reason why that stuff happened, and I'm willing to bet there's a lot more that's going on in that organization than not. Let's not forget. Yeah, he scored 2 points. How many points did Chris Paul score?
Chris Paul had a hamstring.
How many points did Devin Booker have?
Oh yeah, they were off in Game 7. All of them were off.
How many points did
I really wasn't even looking at his Game 7. I was just looking at how Dallas dominated him.
Dallas killed them boys.
Dallas dominated him the whole series.
Dallas killed them boys.
Yeah, like but you know what I'm saying? Like even in the games where Deandre Ayton played well, Dallas still was able to go at him defensively. Like he's the one player. Like Devin Booker had games where he showed up in this series. Chris Paul had games where he showed up in this. We kill it
DeAndre Jordan.
Ayton.
I mean DeAndre Ayton. But Devin Booker had 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists on 37 minutes.
Oh, he get killed too.
Devin Booker had 19 points.
But like I said,
and 3
I'm not even looking at Game 7. I'm looking at how that man played the series. You know what I'm saying? And it could be a situation where I like how we spent all this time. We spent 20 minutes on one question of the day.
No, because we're looking at the inconsistencies here, right? Dallas did such a good job against them as a team and their game plan, but we're killing Ayton saying he ain't worth his money. But Chris Paul, $40 million man, by the way, gave you 10 points last game, 13 points the game before, 7 points the game before that, 5 points again. I mean, it's a bunch of different reasons.
I wouldn't have paid Chris Paul $40 million.
No, you paid Chris Paul $40 million because look at what he did for your organization. And look at what he did. You went from the bubble to running the Western Conference. Come on, dog. Like nice. That's $40 million.
That's nice. And you got beat in the second round.
Hey, what up? No, you got beat in the finals first, and then you got beat in the second round. Let's be clear. You got to the finals first, then you got beat in the second round. But in that whole process,
and what was
ran the Western Conference.
And what was missing in that finals run? You got to the finals in the perfect year.
Perfect year.
And you got to the finals in the perfect year. And the second that everything kind of got close to back to normal, you were like, "Oh, these guys are killing." And then the playoffs started.
Ran against Giannis in a larger Bucks team against DeAndre Ayton and who?
In the finals?
In the finals. It was Phoenix versus the Bucks. You had DeAndre Ayton versus who? In DeAndre Ayton and who in the paint? You see how long you got to think about it?
I don't even think the paint.
Now watch this. Watch this. Who's in the paint for the Bucks?
Well, they had Brooke, Bobby, and what's his name? Brooke, Bobby, and Giannis.
Brooke, Bobby, and who?
And Giannis.
And Giannis. Come on, dog.
Hey, listen,
anybody who's expecting a 22-year-old first time in the finals as a big man to go against those three giants in the paint, you crazy. But people will kill Deandre Ayton for how he showed up there, despite the fact that the game plan and how the Bucks play, they eliminate a lot of that post presence. Like, come on, we gotta. But you gotta be fair.
You going back to the finals.
It's different between I'm comparing a player who won't shoot open shots, who hasn't shown me that he'll take open shots, versus a player who actually has the opportunity, who has a limited opportunity, but is willing to take the shots and gives me solid production. Come on, now. It's not even the same conversation.
But you also, just like you said, he's 22 in the finals. You comparing him, P. Will, to having 2 20-plus point games versus Giannis after he won a championship, and he's trying to run it back in the first round.
P. Will had 2 20-plus games versus Giannis.
Yeah, P. Will scored 20 points in Game 4 and 5
on Giannis.
I mean, they were leaving everybody open in the corner, so whoever it was,
I would leave P. Will open.
He knocked it down.
More power to him.
But what I'm saying is, like, we'll kill the 22-year-old, or we won't kill the 22-year-old in the finals for not showing up, but we'll kill the 20-year-old in the first round who came back from injury and played.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not killing the 20-year-old for things he can't control, like you're killing the 22-year-old for things he can't control.
What
I'm killing the 20-year-old for things he can control.
What can't
versus
DeAndre
the things
Ayton
that
control?
he can't control? Like, he can't like P. Will. If P. Will was sitting there taking those open shots, all of that stuff, I would have nothing to say.
Yeah, but I've also been there with you, and you just wanted P. Will to shoot.
I wanted him to shoot open shots.
There were shots that weren't open, and you were like, he need to take that. And I'm like, no, passing, that's a good shot.
Dog, no.
Yes, we were doing that in the finals.
I've been there with you.
We were doing that in the game.
I've been there with you as well, and you were the same person that said, "Yeah, P. Will, you got to take that shot."
And when he needs
multiple times, you too. There came 100%. A point, just like with Kobe White, I didn't say nothing, and you started to say it yourself. I'm not saying it's like, oh, I'm always right. I'm not always right about that. I'm really not. But everyone universally agrees P. Will doesn't take the open shot when he should. He's very passive in that regard. And all I said is, if we're in a win now mentality and he's on the block, or he should be included in the block for a player that can give me really good production and has tremendous upside, I would ship him out. P. Will is only 2 years younger than Deandre Ayton.
He's 3 years younger than
Ayton has given me so much more since day one.
He's 3 years younger than Deandre Ayton, and P. Will also played nowhere near as many games as Deandre Ayton this year.
I could just compare rookie seasons. Rookie seasons. Who gave me more production?
DeAndre Ayton did.
How many minutes did P. Will play versus DeAndre Ayton?
But when we're not going to give one guy credit for playing poorly versus Giannis, we do have to give one guy credit for playing well versus Giannis.
I didn't give him credit for playing poorly. I didn't denigrate either one of them.
You said we can't take away, or we can't put blame on DeAndre Ayton for playing bad in the finals versus Giannis. And I said, then can we give P. Will credit for playing well versus Giannis?
That's very disingenuous. That's not exactly what I said. I said that he had to deal with Giannis, Brooke, and Bobby in the paint. It's a defensive scheme that they had. P. Will is not facing that in the paint solo himself because he's not the primary big. Vooch is.
Who was shooting threes as well.
Now, the argument should be, hey, Vooch versus Giannis, he did well. But then again, Vooch shot nothing but threes.
He shot nothing but threes.
Vooch was like the only one that was actually hooping. But it's just a very disingenuous statement because I'll say this. There's not a game that you can pull up. You gave me 2 games against Giannis for 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
Look up
He had
DeAndre
20.
Ayton's first 2 games against Giannis.
He had 20 and 10. He had 23 and 1. Listen. I'm just saying
Look up DeAndre Ayton's first 3 games
He
against
probably.
Giannis.
Did he ball?
Oh, they lost, but he put up
So
his
did the Bulls.
numbers.
Hell, look, so did the Bulls.
But he put up his numbers.
That's why we're here. No, my thing is, right, like I'm not going to have this overwhelming love for somebody that's not on my team when I can see the dude that's on my team that did move in the right direction since the time he came back. Yeah, his first 5 games were bad. From then, he had 10 and 12, 12 and 6, 18 and 6, 5 and 4 versus Boston, but that whole team was awful. 15 and dang, I forgot about that Boston game. We got ran that game. We called it. We called all of them. 15 and 4 and 35 and 4. That's how P. Will finished the season.
How he finished the season.
He didn't play but 5 games before that.
I got you.
Like I'm not going to kill P. Will and just have this overwhelming love for somebody else.
Why does it have to be that I'm killing P. Will to say that DeAndre Ayton is a better option?
No, but what I'm saying,
I'm not killing P. Will.
I've
never said he was trash. I'm saying that for what we
you
need,
have said he was trash.
I never said he was trash. I said Kobe White was trash. No, I said Kobe White was trash. Don't get me wrong. I've always put the caveat that P. Will could develop because I'm giving him the caveat that, hey, you were off for a whole season due to injury. I'm not going to sit there and clown you because you got injured. You broke your hand. Guess what? You need to do this to play ball. So guess what? I'm not going to clown you for that.
Broke your hand trying to be aggressive.
I'm trying to be aggressive. I give you that. I'm not going to clown you for that. But what I am going to sit there and say is, hey, there are younger talent. There are talent that's just as young, relatively. That they're in a similar peer group, if you want to kind of put
similar
it that way.
age range.
Yeah,
kind of.
And DeAndre Ayton has done a little more.
You know,
that's just all I'm saying. DeAndre Ayton has done more, and he fills gaps that we need at a similar price for people that we're already paying for. And he fills in the rebounding as well.
I'll say this. And we do got to get out here. It's 2:30 in the month. We didn't gave these mother extra half hour just to this running. You know what I mean? But we also gave them like 30 minutes of us just talking trash. And we'll get to some of y'all some of the questions that got tweeted to us today. We'll get to some of them tomorrow because Deja set off a whole conversation. Shout out to Deja out here. If both of them develop the same, right? If both of them,
both of who developed the same,
Ayton and P. Will, or let's just say big man and wing, they both develop the same. Ayton becomes, because 30 million, you better be giving me 20 plus points per game, 20 plus points per game, 11 rebounds. P. Will gives you from a small forward position 20 plus points per game, 8 rebounds.
By the way, we make it seem like the 2018 Phoenix Suns was not the laughing stock of the league.
Oh no, they were. Yeah, for sure. Who said that?
Hey, so everybody in the chat.
No, I just said they got right the perfect year, and then when everybody came back, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't Luka hurt in the playoffs that year too? No, they lost.
I ain't keep up.
I don't remember because they lost in the first round. I don't remember. But no, like if they both develop, what would you rather have? A dominant big or a dominant wing?
I want a dominant big now because I got potentially. I still got a wing in his prime, DeMar DeRozan.
But who really should be a 2, and you got Zach.
And Zach. Like seriously, I'm doing that because I have potentially two other players that would do damage.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why we're entertaining this conversation. That's why to me, P. Will is good and his development is cool. It could help, but it's not essential when realistically I can go out, get a young big, and if they allow their young other developing star to do his thing and run the way he runs, this team can really look good. Like that's the real conversation. Like the conversation to me is P. Will if P. Will develops. The conversation to me is what happens if Lonzo's not here and how does Ayo come along? That's more impactful thing to me than P. Will. I'm not putting that pressure on P. Will. And for one, this is just not what we ultimately need. What do we need initially? We needed I
would rather have a dominant 2-way player. Because you can find a big. Guess what? 7-footers are coming out every year. Finding a dominant 2-way player that's P. Will's size is hard to find.
I don't think he's gonna be dominant.
I'm
saying
not to say
he's gonna be trash.
He's going to be a very
Well, I
solid
think that
player.
I think P. Will's gonna be one of the best defenders in the NBA next year.
I mean, Tony Allen was one of the best defenders, but
Tony Allen couldn't give me 18 points a
he
game.
couldn't give me 18
I
points.
think P. Will also be able to score because I do think working with DeMar gonna be in that man ear. I think DeMar finna hit him like Jimmy hit Bam. Remember how like Bam wouldn't shoot and he was kind of timid with the rest of his game, and then Jimmy was like, "Every time you don't shoot, you owe me $100."
Listen, I'm hoping for it. I really am. None of these players that I've ever mentioned, Kobe included, do I want them to sit there and not live their dream and be good at what they do.
Yeah.
I just don't think certain situations befit them. And right now, for our time frame, given the leader of our team, if you want to call him that, DeMar being older, and some people thought he was past his prime and stuff like that. I just want to capitalize on what the core we have, because there is a legit window within this thing. And that window is now because we got the Boston freaking Celtics in the finals. Let's be honest. By All-Star game, by All-Star break this year, you didn't have them in the finals.
Yeah.
You had them as a really good playoff team. But guess what? Guess who's also in the hunt? Cleveland got immensely better. Yep. They got the injury bug late.
The East is tough.
Miami got the injury bug late, and they can make some moves that still keeps them top of the East. Milwaukee is still the king to me because they had one of their closers done, and they took the Boston Celtics to Game 7. Like, Chris Middleton changes that series. Like, we're in a situation where there's no true dominance. Like, there's a lot of up in the air, but they're really good teams. And we competed for a large portion of that.
Yeah.
We did that without P. Will, by the way. He was done most of the season. We did that without P. Will. We got to kind of capitalize on that. Like, how many teams have 2 25-point players in their backcourt?
I don't think I still stand on very rarely, unless you go get Dame. I don't even know if I can say Dame on that. Unless you go get LeBron, KD, do you see teams just flip and be finals teams? Most of these teams that are here, right, like Boston, it's been 6 years.
Yeah, Boston.
Golden State was how many years? What was it? 5 years, 6 years before.
They had a 5-year run, and then it was a lottery team for 2 years straight.
Yeah, that's how they got because Steph got hurt. Steph got hurt both of them years. No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about before Golden State started winning championships. Like, there was 5-6 years of Steph and Monte where you were like, I mean, they can score.
Steph got drafted in 11. Steph got drafted in 11.
Did he?
Yeah, Steph is 10 to 11 years in.
Steph Curry
2010. He got drafted.
I was gonna say, 1 year. 2009. Steph Curry got drafted on that. He got drafted a year after D Rose.
He was injured.
But he got hurt. That's what I'm saying. He kept getting hurt. He had the baby ankles, right? 2011, he got injured again. He got injured end of 2010 in the playoffs, I think. Was that playoffs? It might have been playoffs, maybe not. But he got injured.
I can't even say that because he only had one season where he didn't.
Nah, he had what, 2 ankle surgeries?
Look at his game started and game played.
Yeah, but I think end of 10, he had the first ankle surgery, came back in 11, played 26 games. Very Derrick Rose situation. Got the surgery, came back, got hurt again, got the surgery on his ankle again.
Pat, we looking at the same stuff. Look at his games played.
For what? I agree with you.
What I'm saying is, like,
he played most of the.
I thought he had more time off than he did, and it turns out he didn't.
No. He played most of the 10 season. He got hurt at the end of the season, and he had the surgery, and then he came back, got hurt again, like 20-something games into the season, and had to have it again. And that's why everybody was like, Steph Curry's done. But I mean, like, you're talking about, when's the Warriors' first championship?
15.
From Curry's time coming in and that team developing, that's 6 years. Like, you're not. I understand we want to win now because we have this player, but like, I don't think that that's realistic when you're talking about building a team.
But we're not building a team around someone we just drafted. We're building a team around two people who've been in the league and are veterans. So the analogy doesn't really hit the same. If we were a young team with no vets, if we were in like an OKC situation, this would hit. This would make sense. And this would be the hope that we give. But Zach LaVine is in his 8th, 9th season. DeMar DeRozan is in his 13th season. Vooch is in his 11th season. Our core, which consists of those all-stars, are more mature and older. And so your time frame surrounds them. Your time frame does not surround your succession plan may be if he develops, P will, stuff like that. But your window is based off of your core of vets. And now we're in a situation where does Zach sign again? How long can DeMar keep this up? And how long can Vooch keep this up?
But
that's what I'm looking at.
I agree. And I think you want to win as much as you can, but I think you also have to be realistic. You might not win a championship with DeMar, Zach, and Vooch. That don't mean it's a failure, though. If you're able to get to that, if you're able to have that succession plan like we talked about. Like the bringing in DeMar and Vooch was, I need to show Zach LaVine I'm serious about having him here and winning now. That's what I need to show him that we're not going to sit here and do the whole development thing all the way. We're going to win some games right now. We're going to keep you here. And they won a heck of a lot of games. And DeMar's first year here and Vooch's first full season here. And Zach wasn't healthy for most of it. Now I'm going into next season saying, hey, we're trying to win more games. We're trying to go deeper in the playoffs with this core. But if we being 100% honest, Vooch has how many years left? 3?
I mean, if we being 100% honest, I like the question that Vernell asked. What makes you think that we should be building around P. Will? And even as Hayes did, we're building around a 27-year-old player.
We are.
I don't see, like, I'm not trying to, again, just because people get little clips and they run with it, a little parts of the argument. I hope P. Will becomes everything that we hope him to be. I hope he becomes the next Kawhi. Will he be the next Kawhi within this time frame of the players that we have? Can't say that. I don't know. And for 2, he may not have the same opportunity because Kawhi did that on an aging Spurs team with a big man. Realistically, he just had to worry about Duncan. So the situation is different.
But I
the
look
Spurs
at it,
didn't have 2 dynamic guards.
But I
stuff
look
like
at
that.
it
The situation is totally different.
Nah, but I look at it similarly, right? Because you're winning games. Winning games allows people time to develop. Right? DeMar DeRozan's 32, 33. DeMar's 32, I think. He'll be 33 this season, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That means that DeMar DeRozan will probably be phased out by the time we hope P. Will is good. We just need to see that step. But P. Will isn't the only factor to winning right now. He's a factor that I think has to come into play. But like, I look at this as, yes, you're building the team to win now. But when you're talking about a championship window, Monte Ellis wasn't a part of that championship team.
I'm going to be honest with you. You run the risk of the Bulls looking like Portland before you ever have run the risk of them being a championship team. If your whole hope and prayer is somewhat centered around or factors in a number 4 pick who shouldn't have been drafted as number 4.
But it's not just him. That's the thing. It's 20. It's 24. Or it's the 38th pick with Ayo Dosunmu. It's 24-year-old Lonzo Ball. It's 27-year-old Zach LaVine. It's like it's
all
not
of those
like
players you just named. Ayo for one, rookie, way better outing than P. Will.
But
way
it's all about
different development, different position,
but it's and
different impact.
But it's all about, well, kind of not really. We talked about both of them being dominant defensively. For me, it's not about can we win a championship with DeMar and Vooch. It's about, are these young dudes, one, Lonzo Ball, is he going to be healthy enough? But are these young dudes going to be the pieces that really build around Zach? That's what it is for me. I don't know if we gonna, like, you gotta have a heck of a run to win around with Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Vooch. If we're being realistic, that's a heck of a run, because there's a lot of teams right now that probably have been together longer and fit a little bit better. But if you don't win in that time frame, but Io, Lonzo, and P. Will develop into pieces that are moving in the right direction, that means it worked. That means, yeah, it did take some time, and we had those 2 down years, and now we need to rely on these young dudes that we can rely on. And I think that's why I look at it like a very much Spurs situation. Now, the Spurs in the NBA Finals, that's a different situation. But, like phasing out the old dudes while the new dudes come in, the problem is we got the old dudes 2 years ago. Like the Spurs, they developed their old dudes, and then they got old. We just got our old dudes. We got our 30-year-olds last year. You know what I mean? Like, oh.
I am on the. I'm going to say this. I am more amped and ready to see us have a dominant, like our rookie point guard take off before our rookie small forward. And ultimately, and we've seen this all season, the Bulls are really freaking good, healthy without P. Will.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily need him to develop, and I don't necessarily need him to have the success that I want.
But they were undersized.
And I'm going to be honest with you. That we were undersized, and we did match up against bigger teams. But P. Will doesn't necessarily move that needle as much.
6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan and a good defender.
I mean, if you want to sit there and say, yeah, P. Will can do this against Giannis, I mean, Giannis still averaged 30.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, the people that beat us, they beat us because they were just flat out better all the way around. P. Will didn't move that needle, even if we want to talk about his defense. He just doesn't. But what did move the needle? Competent point guard play. Competent point guard play moved the needle for it. Say that again?
I said, did we watch the same series?
Oh, fine. The playoffs, different. I look at that playoffs as really weird. I mean, Zach, I don't know why, but I was happy that we got put out our misery, because if we had made it to the next round, it'd have been horrible. Like,
nah, yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, I ain't gonna say that, because if you made it to the next round after beating the defending champs, I was like, look, Boston in the finals. Hey, you get confident
Boston
when you beat the champs.
Right time with more health. We were like, Zach had like half a leg. Vooch was like, I'm just out here shooting. Vooch was just letting that bad boy fly. But like, the change game to game throughout the season was competent point guard play. If it wasn't Io, it was Caruso. If it wasn't Caruso, it was at the few moments we had Lonzo. But that total change, total shift. And then Vooch got it going late. Then DeMar had his run. Then Zach kind of tipped it. Like, we had injuries and stuff but competent point guard play was a major difference for us. And you can see it. You can literally see it. You can track it. It's a measurable. It's a measurable effect.
There was a lot of DeMar bringing the ball up. It was too much of DeMar bringing the ball up.
Yeah, Mr. Fourth Quarter.
Hey, man. Hey, we really just hit chopping it up and debating, man. Shout out to Deja for sending us on a whole tangent. Let's get up out of here, my boy. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. We doing serious OT today, Hayes. It's 1:48. We basically did a whole nother hour for y'all. We hope y'all appreciate that, man. We will be live for the game tonight as well, though. Bulls, good Lord. Bulls are not playing tonight, y'all. Do not come looking for the Bulls. The Warriors and Celtics game 3. We'll be live for that. Y'all might get a video, but y'all got a whole extra hour of show, so like y'all might not get a video.
I mean, it's up to you, my boy, but we're gonna be right back on this joint in about 6 hours. So,
you know what I mean? As always, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at again, joined by the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid, and Steph just dipped, bro. That mother didn't say nothing. He just like, I'll be back, and then didn't come back. Hey, y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.